And the fact that he's my president, I'm gonna always support, even though he does stuff that I wouldn't like. You know?
Yeah, so you supported Biden the entire time too.
Yeah, of course. Even though Biden did a ton that I didn't like. Yeah.
What did he do that you didn't?
Respecting. Oh, he gave money to Ukraine. I don't feel like we should have got involved in that.
But you think that we should be involved in Iran?
Well, I don't think we should be involved in that either.
We had to support Iran. I mean, we had to support Ukraine because we told them that we would if they gave up their nukes.
We weren't the only ones saying that.
That doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
It's a big part of the United States is known for breaking a lot of things like treaties and stuff with the indigenous, and you just want us to keep breaking treaties and lying for our own good, and then just leaving people out there to be unalived and stuff like that.
They had several decades
after we promised to help. It doesn't matter. You can't catch up with us. We don't play catch up. We play take shit.
Okay, so what about South Korea? They haven't caught up.
What?
Like South Korea is a fortified place now.
You're naming two different places and two different people with two different ways of life. You named an entirely different place, though. You named two different places too. The Ukraine, who has Russia as its neighbor.
Okay.
Right? And I get it. South Korea did good. Maybe they had help.
Help?
I don't know the history of South Korea, sweetheart.
I mean, we helped South
Korea.
We helped
I just
rebuild.
said it first, Mojo. I said sorry. I didn't mean to say it.
We helped rebuild South Korea like we helped rebuild Europe. But look at what South Korea did, and look at the rest of Europe. They obviously aren't doing something, and they are rich European nations. Like
we're
they
not
have
talking
just as
about
much
Europe,
money.
though. I'm not talking about all of you. I'm talking about Ukraine.
Yeah, Ukraine is in Europe. So like, why aren't these European nations strong enough to like not rely on the U.S.?
Does that take does that mean that we still did not say that we would help?
Yeah, we could have sent them humanitarian aid or something, but we didn't send all that.
Does anybody know if we're still sending money to Ukraine right now?
Yeah, we are.
I don't know.
We sent like $2 billion in the past week, I believe.
So then you also disagree with Donald Trump doing it, yeah?
No, that wasn't a Trump decision, but yeah, I would disagree with it.
What do you mean it wasn't a Trump decision?
I mean, Congress decides where our money goes, so.
Yeah, but Trump has to sign every bill that runs through there. You know that,
yeah,
right?
I just wouldn't support it. That one decision, yeah, I wouldn't.
Okay. So
I don't like it.
Is there anywhere we can send money or aid to?
Yeah, let's send it to LA. Let's send it to New York, get rid of their housing problems. So San Francisco.
You want to get rid of our farm? You want to get rid of our foreign policy altogether? Is that what you're saying?
We should burden share with our allies. Like we should look. There's no reason.
We have NATO and the UN. We do.
We burden share with them.
Yeah. NATO and the UN both exist.
Yeah. Why do they exist?
To burden share, as you put it.
So how do they help us in any way?
NATO is a mutual defense pact. The UN has peacekeepers, and they pass some sort of international legislation to ensure that countries are behind one action or another. So
you know why we installed NATO?
We didn't install NATO.
You know why we found NATO?
We didn't found NATO.
Who was the founding countries of NATO?
Well, all of the NATO countries were the founding countries.
Nope. No.
I'm just confused.
It wasn't.
I'm confused. Are you suggesting that we should take like an isolationist policy with the rest of the world while
That's not what I'm saying at all.
Okay,
yes, you are.
But because like the fact of the matter is like these defense treaties, these our insertion in other things is because we use global supply chains, like global supply chains.
Understandable.
the more peace that we can help negotiate and keep through diplomatic channels like NATO, like the UN, like the WTO, like all of these things, the better chance we have at like abundance and like creating a system in which like people have the ability to like make their own lives.
Monkey brains. This is how, like, when liberals. I know, and I'm not accusing you of this. I'm just saying what liberals sound like, especially white liberals, when they say this.
Do you think
Hey, are you gonna say
no. I'm not.
Right
that's
now?
why I said I'm not gonna
say some
you.
racist shit right now. Seriously?
No, not at all, not at all. But
why the fuck did you have to mention skin color?
Well, because I'm trying to explain to you guys why you lose me. Why I can't get behind this. And
because I'm
you ain't talking about.
Wait,
you ain't
because
talking
I'm
to a
white.
white
Wait,
person.
hold on.
All
Because
right.
I'm white, I lose you because I'm white.
No, can I say why? Can I finish?
Well, why the fuck would you? Yeah, why the fuck would you?
Okay. Let me explain. It's like you guys are so Eurocentric and act like we don't have allies in other places that are actually being good to us. Like the allies in the Middle East, they have been great allies. The allies in Asia, the Triad, they have been great allies, and they help fortify themselves without the U.S. dollar, without resting under our
Okay, you don't know what you're talking about, dude, because most countries are still trading in US dollars. I was born and raised.
You interrupted me.
Listen.
I didn't even get to finish.
But because
you don't even know what I was going to say.
Like we all of these other countries are part of the UN. They're part of the WTO. Just because NATO is not does not mean that we don't use those other agencies to help build out in those countries too. Those are all also allies. A lot of them are allies. India is an ally. Kenya is an ally. Like, I'm from East Africa. I'm Indian.
You're
like,
not. You're missing the whole point of what I'm saying.
Well, then,
we are subsidizing the defense.
Then hurry up and say what you're going to say. Jesus Christ, you're saying all sorts of stupid shit first.
Okay. We have subsidized the defense of Europe for decades, and they have yet to build the military readiness to fight Russia, who some of those countries share borders with. But South Korea and Japan, they have bulked up within the time and gotten stronger. Meanwhile, these rich European nations still rely on the U.S. And at the end of the day, we're responsible for fighting everybody.
Hold on. Do you think South Korea and Japan, or both of them put together, could take on Russia?
They don't have to deal with Russia, but yes, they could.
No, they can't. They don't have that kind of military capacity.
If Russia wanted to fight South Korea and Japan, they would struggle severely. Just by the way that the South Korean military is. Like, they're an amazing military.
But they're our ally too, as well. Like, what?
They are our allies, and they have been carrying their weight.
What does that got to do with somebody who can't carry their weight?
Why can't they carry their weight if they're so rich? That's my point. Why can't they do that?
They're not that rich, and they're also being attacked.
They are rich.
By Russia.
European nations are rich.
They're being attacked by Russia.
Okay. Real quick. Jinwoo, are you named after the main character of Solo Leveling?
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares?
Just checking.
Yeah.
What the fuck did that have to do?
Hey, Richard, can I get your age and who you voted for, please?
Hi, I'm 36, and I voted for Kamala.
I'm not saying we should leave them be and let them hang out to dry at all. I don't wish for the mass unalivement of anyone. I'm just saying these are rich nations. Like, per capita, they're richer than the U.S. There are more rich people over there than over here. Their economies are strong, yet they just haven't built up the military readiness to combat Russia, and they're relying solely on us, as if we don't have an entire different theater, which is the most important theater of the 21st century, the Indo-Pacific, where we got to deal with the modernization of China, where we have to protect Taiwan. A lot is hedging on that too.
I get what you're saying. I do. But you go ahead, Richard. I get what you're saying. Take care of home or whatever. Take care of the ones here that need it. But when you agree to help someone in their time of need, you keep your word, or nobody trusts you from now on out. If that's what you feel like should be done, then okay, go for it.
I agree with you too. We should keep our word, but like just because I take you in and let you sleep on my couch, I want you to get better too. Like you have to
I agree.
keep up.
All right.
I agree.
So,
And it takes tax
I
money
know.
out of all of
I don't
us.
know. Hey, the Ukraine, we're helping for a specific reason. The Budapest Memorandum, which is part of the Non-Proliferation Treaty that we all signed. So I think we should probably keep up our end of the bargain on that, especially since the other signer of the treaty itself is actually the one attacking. I think at the very least we can do is send them money. By the way, the EU is sending them money as well. They, as a whole, they have sent more money than we have, more arms than we have.
Yeah, and they're getting that from us. They're buying from us and sending it to Ukraine.
They're not getting shit from us. They're just not.
I want to know if Jin Woo understands why we have troops stationed in Japan and South Korea.
It's still a deterrence thing. It could be some other reason, but mainly when you put U.S. troops somewhere, it's for deterrence.
It's a security issue, right? Do you know how many people are stationed in Japan? I was stationed in Japan.
Maybe 80,000.
55,000. We've got about 60,000 in South Korea.
Okay, yeah, I had it backwards there.
So that's also a security thing. It's just because it's not quote unquote NATO, we still are supporting those countries from aggression, right? It's the same as Europe. That's why we're in a defensive pact with European nations. There's European nations that have like 3 million people in them.
Yeah,
go ahead. Sorry.
No, I just want to ask, Chef, if you can mute up while you're not talking. You get like a weird echo.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. So the way NATO works is not every country has to be able to defend itself. It's a multi-phased, coordinated effort between countries because some countries have bigger navies, bigger air force. Some are better at doing digital stuff. Some are better at, doing like supplying military hardware, that kind of stuff. They work as a group, not as just one country for their defense. That's why you can't expect Lithuania to fight against Russia by itself. It's got like 2 million people in it, right?
Yeah.
They would completely have won. That's why you need NATO. That's why you need a defense pact. That's what keeps Russia from invading those countries, is because they know that we have their back. That's why we're able.
The thing is, they have, like, if you take the whole European Union together, right? They have a GDP comparable to the U.S. and their defense budget comparable to the U.S., but yet their military readiness is not on par and not enough. I don't want my people over there dying for people who haven't been trying. You know?
When did that happen?
What?
They helped us fight, though, right?
Yes, they did. They did help us. Yes.
Okay. We've
been helping them. We've kept peace in Europe longer than in modern history for a long time. So why aren't they?
I'm talking about the last war was us helping us, though, correct? It was our war. Okay. So what if they would have said, "Fuck you"? Like, what do you mean? This is a group thing.
We would have fought anyway.
Okay, and they will too, I'm sure. But what has that got to do with us helping the Ukraine right now? Why is it when we need help? When we need help, people send help. When we don't need help, fuck everybody. And then the thing is that every empire has fallen, right? Every other empire that we know historically has fallen, correct? Okay, and we can do the same, right? We can.
Debatable.
No, we can. We can. If the world turns its back on us, we can.
Nah, if we fought the whole world at once, we could probably win.
God, Jesus. I'm muting. Maybe we could. I'm just going to mute.
Do you think do you think it benefits us then to be in that position? Do you think that's a good thing?
To be in a position of like being able to take the globe, or
Yeah. Is that a good position to be in?
it's if the U.S. like my home could defend itself from any invasion, any
That's
attack
a
from the whole
simple
globe, yes, it's a
question.
good thing. Yeah, yes.
If Europe was building up their military forces like they had done, I don't know, say around World War II or something like that, do you think we could do that? Do you think we could take on the whole world?
If Europe was building up, if NATO did what they were supposed to, no, they would be our toughest opponent.
Everybody,
Can I ask you a question?
everybody put together. You're saying we can take on the world right now. You say that that's a good thing, and now you're telling me that you want Europe to start building up their military more, putting us in a situation where we can't take on the whole world at once again. And you think that that's a bad thing. So now I'm not sure where you're going with this. You want
So I want Europe to be able to
build up. You want them to build up, but you don't want us to lose our position and our power. How does that?
I don't look. I'm saying like, look, we're a superpower because we can fight a war on two fronts. I don't think we should be even considering doing that.
This is not addressing my question.
Okay, what you're saying is yes. I don't think we would fight them if they were strong. I don't think we're enemies with Europe, and so if they were strong enough,
Okay, you're still not answering my question.
It would still be a good thing.
You said it would still be a good thing if they could take us on?
Yes.
If they could beat the United States?
I didn't say beat. I said they could take us on.
No, beat the United States. You said we can defend ourselves against the entire world right now, and you think that's a good thing. And if we put ourselves in a position where we can't defend ourselves against the whole world, then it's got to be a bad thing, right?
Are you saying you want NATO weaker?
What the fuck?
That's what you're
Answer
saying.
the goddamn question.
I have. You're just.
No, you haven't.
You're saying what you're saying is if we.
I said what I'm saying, and I said it more than once now.
It would still be a great thing.
Answer the question. It would be a great thing if we would lose, and it'd be a great thing if we could win. Do you understand that you're saying both sides of the same coin are equal?
It would be equal, yes.
No, it's not equal. You either want us to be able to win, or you don't care if we lose.
I don't see how you don't hear what you're saying right now. I don't get it. It would be a great thing if they could defend themselves against Russia without us. Yes.
It would be a great thing if they could defeat the United States of America if they so chose.
I mean, yeah, if they so chose, yep.
Okay. What about resources?
So you don't want to be a world superpower. I
guess that's not really
opinion.
the whole point.
I guess that's an opinion. I don't know. I think it's a bad opinion, but I guess that's an opinion.
It's a bad opinion. So you want Europe to be weaker. You don't want them to have any hegemony in their continent.
It just seems a little strange that we're going to give up our sole global superpower status.
That wouldn't give it up. We would still be a global superpower if we shifted away from Europe.
No, we wouldn't.
It would change from a mono superpower to a multi superpower. And it's actually, we're getting to that point right now anyways, because of this feckless leadership that we have that has proven that we
You think Russia's just going to let them bulk up?
We can't even topple Iran.
Afghanistan, Vietnam. I mean, come on.
We didn't lose Vietnam.
And we didn't win it either. Though.
We didn't lose Afghanistan. We didn't win it either.
We didn't win it either. We didn't. What did we do in Iraq? I mean, we lost a lot. We lost more than we gained.
Iraq is a democracy now.
We lost more than we gained. That doesn't a fucked up democracy. We've lost more than we gained.
Tell me about Afghanistan, Donovan.
Afghanistan didn't want to fight, so they went back to Taliban rule.
How many soldiers?
And if you have a question as to why Afghanistan ended up the way they did, I would invite you to go onto YouTube and put in Afghani jumping jacks.
Somebody's not fixing to put in Afghani jumping jacks when we were there for how long, and we couldn't even teach. Come on, dog. We go places and we fuck it up and we leave. I'm not listening to Donovan.
after destroying
So let these people roam
25
around.
years, they went ahead and took it back over because they can't do jumping jacks correctly.
We went to Iraq when there was nobody in
I'm
Iraq
saying the
that dropped a
Afghanis were generally dumb as rocks. They couldn't even do
well,
jumping jacks.
What
I
the
guess. Okay,
I've
so
heard that. I don't know if it's true.
the opposition that's dumb as rocks took over the country. So there you go. What does that say about us?
Can't do shit if we're over there.
It says that we
But
were
they did.
very keen on extricating Osama bin Laden. Unfortunately, other Islamo scumbags spirited him away and kept him in fucking Abbottabad for fucking 15 years.
Why did we attack Iraq if we were looking for Osama bin Laden? See, once again, yeah, it makes no sense. The hijackers weren't from Iraq.
They weren't from
Iraq, whatever you call it. No, or Afghanistan. Yeah, just let's tell the truth. Yeah, let's just be honest with ourselves here. Thank you.
Who determines where we're supposed to go?
The people the
military intellect, I guess.
And who's the head of the military?
No. It's not the military.
Oh, there you go.
That was George Bush, Dick Cheney, lying to Congress and the American people.
Another Republican.
100%. They lied to everybody to get us into Iraq. Yes.
Okay, maybe, sure.
Maybe.
But look, even if they did lie, I don't think we should be over there anyway.
They did.
I don't either at all.
Like Luxembourg is so rich. Like per capita, they're richer than us. Norway per capita is richer than us, and like they should all be like the equivalent of a South Korea, and they're not. They suck. They don't suck. I respect them, but they should be better than they are.
Why do you think it is that they don't beef up their military?
Because they have us.
Ukraine.
Because they have the U.S.
That's exactly right.
Okay. Is there something that happened in the 40s that essentially almost destroyed all of Europe that could make them
Are you talking about the war?
to build a military?
Yeah. We helped rebuild
I'm talking
after
about
the
war. It's like I'm talking about the war. Not only were they reluctant to rebuild. Let me finish. Not only were they reluctant. Let me finish, Chet. Please don't interrupt me.
But you're lying, though.
I haven't even finished. You don't even know what I'm
quote unquote lying about. I do
Chet.
Stop, Chet.
Interrupting me. They were all traumatized. The war traumatized everybody. Many cities in all of Europe and many countries in Europe were in a very bad way. Not only that, but they had to rebuild, and that is where their military funding had to go to rebuilding their literal cities.
Okay, what about South Korea? Were they not traumatized from the 50s? The house-to-house
Yeah,
fighting?
But we helped them with that. We help
Europe too.
Are you aware of what South Korea did to North Korea? And who helped them with that?
What are you even asking?
How did the South Korean War go?
The North launched an attack on South Korea and invaded and took Seoul.
Misrepresentation. Okay, that's not happening at all.
They took Seoul.
It wasn't ours to split up, by the way. I don't know why the West thought they just could come in and split up South and North Korea.
It wasn't just
that
the
was
West.
also never supposed to be. That was also never supposed to be. That was also never supposed to be a permanent split.
The
They were eventually
Soviets
supposed to come through. Yeah, the North agreed with help from the Soviets, as the South agreed with help from the Soviets, but the North had more of a say on what happened in the country than the South.
No,
That's not here nor there. We're talking
about. They had an
about.
election and they wanted the side of America in the South, which led to the North's invasion.
That's not what happened. But we're talking about Europe, right?
But wait. Why couldn't Europe rebuild like South Korea?
Ukraine two different things. They were not affected the way Europe was. All of Europe is geographically bigger than South Korea. And many different countries were affected in many different ways.
Okay, so how do they get free healthcare and all this stuff when we don't?
Because they asked their politicians to do it.
No, they don't have to fit the military bill because of us. So their kids get free healthcare and free education, cheaper prices.
They do.
We don't.
They give to NATO just as much as us. Maybe they haven't in the past, but now they are.
So they need us, but we don't need them.
Oh my gosh, dude! Like we needed them. 9/11. Obviously, we asked them, right?
Yeah, just to see if they would help.
Okay, then.
Yeah,
Oh, just to see if they would help.
yeah.
Okay,
It's
I'm so glad
it's
you got.
no way. Look,
Dude,
it's
we
no
hardly
way.
won with them.
Can I just say this?
The Canadians got beat in the biggest battle NATO has ever had. They lost.
What battle has NATO had?
The Battle of Medusa, the biggest NATO battle to date. The Canadians lost.
What is your point? Anyway, you're saying that Europe is able to have free healthcare because of what? Because of the amount of aid and help that the U.S. provides?
I'm saying that they haven't been fitting the bill, so they could put that money in,
What
obviously,
bill?
into healthcare and education.
What bill? Tell me how NATO is funded.
The 2% that every NATO member is supposed to allocate to defense.
And who's spending the most right now in comparison to their GDP? Who's paying the highest percentage?
I would say Germany or Poland.
It's Poland. Okay. Poland has been spending consistently more than 3%, like 3.5% of their
One
GDP
country
on
out
their
of
military.
32.
Hold on. They have universal health care. How are they doing both? How are they doing both at the same time? How are they doing both at the same time?
Already a system in place. When did they start paying that much?
For a long time, since the invasion of Ukraine, and beyond that.
So since the invasion of Ukraine, where these healthcare systems and education systems were already in place, they just decided to pay more because they know they can afford it.
Yeah.
Okay, and we still have
How
NATO
can they afford
nations
both,
that
though? How can
No,
they afford
they-
both?
You're not
They
answering
are.
my question. How can they afford both? Exactly. Thank you, Rara.
they
How
they
can they
can.
afford both?
My point is that they can afford both. Like they
And
can.
Who else
They're
isn't
just-
meeting? Who else isn't meeting their 2% threshold?
Spain.
And has the rest of Europe agreed to start spending more since the invasion? Realistically,
Yeah, since Trump got in office, they have expected. Well,
no.
they have said they would pay
started
more.
That's not
spending.
true.
They started spending more when Biden was there. It doesn't fucking matter. who's in office.
It was only 3 NATO nations paying their 2% in 2014.
In 2014. Yeah. Fast forward 2020, 2021. The invasion happens.
Yeah, why do you think that? Do you
Or
think they're
2022.
paying their bills now? Because they know Russia has seen their weakness, and they know they need to
It's
bulk
not
up
about
and do
paying
better.
their bills. Like, do you think that there's some NATO bank that just like hovers in space or something? Like,
I'm using that as a colloquial term or sentence. I'm not saying literally pay their bills. I'm just saying fit the defense bill that we agreed on.
do you also know why Trump is putting pressure on NATO to do so?
No, but everybody can speculate why.
A lot of what had to do with it is the fact that in order for European countries to spend more on their military, they're going to buy from American companies like Lockheed, right?
Okay.
That's a win-win for the U.S. However, we don't own any nationalized defense companies, right? Those are all private companies.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what your argument is.
Okay, I'll just say it again. As you learned, only 3 NATO countries were paying their 2%, and NATO has been a thing since World War II. These countries, their social
U.S. wasn't
programs,
paying theirs either, though. The U.S. wasn't paying theirs either. So
the U.S. always exceeded it.
Latvia, sir,
The U.S. they always exceeded.
Poland, Latvia, and Lithuania are the highest payers, actually.
Because they're the
according
closest in proximity to Russia.
Okay, well then they pay their part though. Stop saying that these people aren't paying their part and they only have health care, free health care because they're not paying their part at NATO. And then when somebody gives you evidence, you change the whole story up.
The thing is, you're naming 3 out of the 30-something countries in NATO.
Sir, but they're not the only ones that are paying their part. Actually, I'm just telling you the ones
What
that
is
are
your
paying
fucking
over their
point?
part.
Do you understand why they have universal health care? It's pretty simple. They understand that taking care of their citizenry and providing them with education is important. Those are things that they value. So they've built that into their fucking society. They pass laws and legislation to make sure that that happens. That's
And they
why
should have built in the defense budget.
that
making
is
it
why
to the
Europe has
2%.
universal health care. That's why. And do you understand when you have universal health care, it becomes cheaper and more affordable because of the economies of scale that come with that. They're able to negotiate with pharmaceutical companies better. They're able to negotiate with medical devices better because they have a large like buying power, right? Like because it's their whole population. That is why.
And why haven't they paid
This trope. Stop. I'm going to land right here. This trope that you think that Europe has universal health care because of what the U.S. provides in terms of military assistance is a crock of shit, and you're the fucking mark. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and that's not why they have universal health care. They have universal health care because they passed it into legislation and they value that. There are other countries that have nothing to do. There are plenty. Stop. There are plenty of countries around the fucking planet that have no military assistance from the U.S. Have nothing to do with the U.S. and they also provide universal health care. So it has nothing to fucking do with that.
No shit.
Can I
Nobody's
also
arguing
add?
that.
So you're
Can I
wrong,
also
then.
add? Hold on. Can I also add that they are
Open for Europe.
they are the
Crazy.
landmass that is between us and Russia. And at the time of these pacts, we were extremely paranoid that the Iron Curtain would fall all the way across the United States. So the reason why we pay more is because they're essentially protecting us from Russia coming over here. Now, I
They're
don't
not
agree with that.
protecting us.
I don't even know why I was fighting you early, because I do agree that we should remove ourselves from NATO, even as a leftist.
They're not
But
paid.
that was the thought. And they are actually.
They're not
Russia would
paying
have to
enough.
go through all of Europe in order to get to us.
They would steamroll Europe, yes, without the U.S.
They
only
we
reason-
had
Steamrolling
a war.
Ukraine.
The only reason they're doing that and they're in the fight with Ukraine is because of American technology and equipment.
Why have we? When have we had war on our soil? The last time.
The last time, the Civil War.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Please don't pretend like we're above being beat by the whole world, because that's not true. We have not actually had to face war as America, really, on our own soil like Europeans have, though, right?
Oh yeah, Pearl Harbor. Yeah.
That's sir.
That wasn't war. That was just
not
an
on
attack,
no.
which was bad.
That was an
We
attack.
started a
Yeah.
war. We started a war.
The war was
started
already
a war.
no.
It started us
War was already
entering the
started.
war.
It started
Yeah.
the Pacific War.
No, the war was already started, sir. We joined after they boom Pearl Harbor, and then 4 years
Russia
later
and
we
Japan
dropped.
were already fighting. Russia and Japan were
Yeah.
already fighting in the Pacific before we got there. So I don't know what you're talking about, but go off, King.
Okay, yeah, they were. But it brought us
And-
into the war.
And I wouldn't agree that that would be what we would call it. I mean, it was in the water, Hawaii. I get what you're saying, but not on our soil. I'm talking on U.S. soil, like the 48, big 48. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like, look, what I'm saying is, like,
That causes
these-
harm for decades.
these countries can afford to do a lot for their citizens,
Jesus
but they can't
Christ.
afford to protect them.
Sir, they can't. Sir, when have they not protected their citizens? We were talking about
Look at
Ukraine,
Ukraine.
sir, and a treaty that we had with Ukraine, though.
Not just us.
The U.S. of A.
Not just us.
Who else had the treaty?
A few European
Who else?
countries.
What?
Did they?
You know
Okay,
one of the
I'll look it up.
countries. You know one of the countries is Russia.
Russia.
Yeah, yeah. But Russia is not playing nice at all.
Okay, so we kind of have to when one of the signatories to the actual fucking treaty is the one doing the attacking. We don't really have much of a choice but to go help them.
Oh, we don't have a choice, but like,
No.
oh, nice.
Wait. Do you?
Yeah,
do you
let
think our
Americans
treaties- do you
unalive
think-
for these
do you
people.
think- I'm sorry. No Americans are over there. There are no boots on the ground. We're not sending troops over there. This is money.
But there
weapons,
are
that's
troops
it.
in
There
Europe.
are not troops on the ground. This is money.
In
and weapons,
Europe,
that's
there
it.
are.
This is money and weapons. That's it.
In Europe, there are troops on the ground. I'm not talking about Ukraine.
It's irrelevant whether they're in Europe or not. It doesn't fucking matter.
Why do you want to protect Europe so bad?
I want to be able to have global trade. I want to make sure that actors aren't doing bad
So
things
the so the
all over the
Asian
world.
countries don't matter to you. Like we can have global trade with them. They're different routes.
The Asian countries are not under attack right now. However, if they do become under attack, yes, I would like to defend them as well.
You would like to defend both of these guys.
And the
Just
UK is
What did I just
UK's the
say?
only one.
Wait, what did I just
I
say?
am.
You say you would like to defend both, right?
Yeah. Then why the fuck would you ask that question right after that?
Okay. Like it's fine. We can defend both, but one side of the world has been like preparing for this for decades, along with the U.S. The other side has kind of been kicking their feet up.
I'm sorry. Nobody's been preparing, and nobody is ready.
South Korea hasn't been preparing.
Nobody is ready to take on Russia except for us. That's it.
So, nope.
Nothing more. Yep.
So nobody's been preparing.
Stop saying South Korea could be Russia.
I never. South Korea has a different enemy.
And let's say this. Go ahead, Maja.
Nobody but the U.S. can take on Russia right now.
Russia isn't the only one we got to deal with.
Russia is the one attacking fucking Ukraine, and that's what you're bitching about.
I'm not bitching about that.
He's saying that Europe is
You said we shouldn't be sending them money. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, we shouldn't.
He's saying Europe because.
Okay,
go ahead. No, I'm sorry, Mojo, but I know he's saying Europe because he's thinking because they're white is what he's doing.
I mean, it's kind of looking like that.
I knew that the whole time. But what you don't understand is I'm not white, and neither is the host, and neither is the man above you.
That's
I don't know what the other two ladies are.
So you guys should see it too.
No, I don't see it, sir. Europe is our ally. Europe's been our ally. What are you talking about? And the only other country was the UK, and they have given the Ukraine massive amounts of help. Military and humanitarian and money and weapons. So that shit story that you just told is a lie. Okay?
They're literally only in a fight. They're in the fight because of our equipment and material. That's the only reason they lasted this long. That's the only reason.
I'm done. I'm muting.
You know that
Fat, are you there? Fat Christ. Can I get your age and who you voted for, please?
33 Harris.
Okay.
I'm gonna go after this. I really believe we should be a one world government.
Where did he drop?
I do too, Rara.
Yeah, please don't think that I'm ever against helping anyone. I think
I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you personally, okay? I'm just saying, like, as Americans, we could do better. You know?
I agree. Does anyone? I think a more important conversation is why the hell NATO kept doing these military exercises on the Ukrainian-Russian border. A president who has been paranoid about NATO expansion since the founding of it.
Trying to pull us into a war so we don't leave. They want to start the war before we get up out of there.
I don't think they want to start a war at all. I think that Ukraine wants to be a part of NATO. But we made a promise, and we said we weren't going to expand an inch to the east, and we broke that promise. So if we want to look at who is to blame, it is NATO.
Who do we make that promise to?
We made that promise to Russia.
To Russia, the Soviet Union?
Well, it would have been the Soviet Union given that.
Exactly. And then what happened? What happened with Yeltsin?
I'm not sure.
Oh, wow. I didn't think of that. That's crazy. You're right.
What happened?
Oh, we're cooked. We're cooked, bro. What?
The Russian Federation, the creation of the Russian Federation was ultimately what ended the Soviet Union.
We're cooked.
Right?
We're cooked.
Russia decided to break off and be like, we're making the Federation.
We're chopped cheese, bro. Civic.
So yeah, and there was a
this talking point that NATO wouldn't... Hold on. This talking point that NATO wouldn't expect... wouldn't fucking expand eastward has nothing to do, like, who cares? They made that deal with the Soviet Union. Nothing was written down. Nothing was ever signed. And at the end of the day, those countries had to meet the requirements to be a NATO member, and that was up to them. Did they not have sovereignty?
They do.
Does anybody remember why Russia is so paranoid about NATO moving an inch to the east, and why Ukraine being a buffer zone was so essential? Because Ukraine used to have nuclear boom booms, and they used to be pointed at fucking Russia. And we all came together and we agreed that was wrong and we denuclearized Ukraine. So when you say Ukraine flirting back with the second biggest nuclear power in the world, you get a little scared.
Yeah, but the thing is, we're keeping them in the fight.
Do you actually believe this?
Who?
It's not what I believe. You are making the assumption of belief. There is no belief in facts. It is just what happened. It was actually what just happened.
No. Are you okay? Hold on. The nuclear weapons that were left in Ukraine were left over from the Soviet Union. They were all controlled from Moscow. They couldn't just change the direction of it and hack the fucking. That's not what happened. The reason why we had the
why would Russia point its nukes at Russia?
That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that they were pointed at Russia by Ukraine. That is what I'm saying. That is factually what.
How would they point them there?
There's also the Cuban Missile Crisis that the United States started by placing nuclear boom booms in Turkey facing Russia.
That's
so yes,
different.
Russia is afraid of America.
Has nothing to do
this
with
is
NATO.
history building upon itself.
I don't think you know. I don't think you know your history. Considering you forgot about the fucking Russian Federation started.
This is how history builds through administrations, regardless of which administration is in charge, and how a country becomes extremely paranoid.
Oh, I can tell you're caping for Russia really hard.
This is
so. Tell me, does the United States border Russia?
That's all you have to add, or do you have a
No, B. I'm asking you because you said that America was so scared of the Iron Curtain. Does Russia share a border with America?
I'm not even going to dignify that.
Yes,
because I've talked to you multiple times.
We do.
You don't know about history. You don't know about any foreign policy. You're not aware of any CIA unredacted.
You didn't know that we shared a border with Russia.
I didn't dignify that with an answer because you're not a very intelligent person to talk to be honest. You're asking me if I think Russia borders America? Like,
that's all you got? You think we were actually scared of the Iron Curtain? Or may have actually been the fact that we saw what they were doing in East Germany, how they walled off Berlin and were starving the people out, where we started the entire American airlift, where we fed the entire population of Berlin for years. We spent billions on that.
Yeah, you can be a communist. You can believe in Marxist ideals without actually supporting Russia or China or Cuba.
Russia's not communist. Actually, they are way worse today than they were when they were the USSR.
Then why are you supporting it? Why
I am not supporting you guys. Hold on. You guys are under the assumption that I am making a moral arbitration towards Russia and away from the United States. I am not. I have no skin in the game. I'm not Russian. I don't have Russian family. I could give two shits. I am telling you the history by the way it happened. By the way, this is well written by Noam Chomsky, who you yourself, Mojo, has stated as somebody that you look up to. So everyone on this panel, the person who influenced my outlook on Russia is Noam Chomsky, and him going through hours and thousands of unredacted CIA documents, going through hours of State Department documents. This is not a conclusion that I was smart enough to come to on my own. I had to do the research and I had to do the work. I am not putting a moral arbitration on either country. I am just stating what happened.
Yeah, first strike Russia.
Yeah, they wouldn't dare.
So, real quick, I wanted to come up because of the conversation around the EU and its military expenditure. Chef, are you aware of what the full name of the F-35 is?
I don't care. You could tell me, though.
It's the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter. Keyword there is joint, as a lot of the components in it was designed by foreign nations.
Yeah, but guess what? Those F-35s won't fly without authorization by Americans, and they know that.
I think that's a myth.
But it's not a myth. Go look it up.
I did look it up. It's kind of a myth, but also that F-35 wouldn't be a thing right now if not for all those allied nations who put in their own effort to actually develop it.
Okay, nice. And they also developed the Eurofighter, which is good. More of that, please.
Eurofighter's trash, bro.
It is. Look, it's trash, bro. But it's better than whatever Russia has.
Well, yeah, damn near everything is fucking better than Russia has. They're still using wood screws to put their Su-35s together, but
Yeah,
that's irrelevant. I would rather them be buying our military equipment because it
they're
services
not
our
going to get the
economy and it
F-47
services
though.
theirs as well.
Okay, yeah, they can buy it, sure. They should be buying more. Yes, they should be buying more. We agree. They should be just as strong as South Korea. Like, why is the UK a weaker army or military than South Korea right now?
What makes you
Like,
think
what's
that
going
they're
on?
weaker?
They're GPI, the Global Power Index.
Hey, does the United Kingdom have an adversarial nation in its northern border?
Basis
They have Russia. They have Russia. They share a continent with
It's
Russia.
the GPI. That's what you're using to determine power.
Can we just base it on War Thunder?
I mean, what else? What are you going to base it
kind of
on?
dumb.
And their military.
Do you have a better metric?
Yeah, why would we base anything on fucking War Thunder, dude?
Their training, their economy. There's so many other things you have to look at than just go, yeah, look at this GPI, it's bigger, and for sure North Korea is just better military.
I just say North Korea.
Did you say South Korea?
Yeah. And South Korea's economy is great too. So
yeah, they're also great because of the same shit that you're bitching about. They're great because
they suffered through like
the U.S. has had military presence there. Stop. The U.S. has had military. God damn it.
We had a military presence in Europe too.
The U.S. has had a military presence there for years. They've helped build their industry. They understand that they were also able to not focus on their military as much and invest on how they were gonna develop one of the fastest way that we've ever seen in 50 years. And they did this through a trifecta of state plan, central economy or central planning, the private sector, and banks. That trifecta of planning on what you're going to do. They told companies like Kia and Samsung what you're going to build. You're going to have employees for life. They had literally like dormitories in some of the manufacturing factories, and they were able to industrialize as fast as they fucking did. And a lot of that was because they didn't have to worry about protection because they had the U.S. The same shit that you're bitching about right now in Europe, and you're propping up Korea because you didn't know any of that shit that I just said.
I mean, I did, but that's why I brought up Korea in the first place.
Why doesn't Europe? Why doesn't Europe
have an army as strong as South Korea?
They do.
We've been there longer too.
They do.
Okay, who? Where?
What was the trifecta?
Where?
Germany.
Where is
Stop.
it?
Germany, Sweden.
Germany. Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Prove me wrong. Anyway, what was it called in Korea? What was it called in Korea?
Massive amount of warships.
What was it called in Korea?
Quite a bit of warships.
So let me find a phone charger so I don't get kicked out.
You're literally going off of something that doesn't even include a country that factually was withheld from having a standing military. Germany. Since World War II, they
like
haven't
Japan?
had one. Japan hasn't had one either.
Yeah, but they're building like the biggest aircraft carriers in the world right now.
That's China.
Yeah, I mean,
Japan,
just
too.
last year, Germany was let off the hook. They're now putting a whole Panzer Brigade in Lithuania.
A lot of our advanced tech
60
comes from
years.
Japan. You know,
Just so you know, also Germany is starting to like literally build a massive army. Like they're
a little too late for that. It's a little too late.
There ain't no too late, man.
A little too late, man. Like, what if Russia?
Were you like
When did World War
when
II
you go
start?
to a sandbox tomorrow?
Hey, when did World War II start?
Ooh,
Let's
see, 30s.
You don't even fucking
Yeah, the
know.
1930s. Just
Which
a little
would be this
over 10
continent?
years after World War I ended.
But like, bro,
It took
look,
them less than 10 years to build an army to conquer most
okay.
of Europe.
Okay, let's say this. What happens if Putin decides to turn Kyiv into a sandbox tomorrow?
won't happen?
What happens then?
It won't happen.
Hasn't he done it already?
You mean launching nukes?
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Like, what happens if he just said, you know what? Boom. Who's going to
Well, then
respond
the
to that?
Kremlin would also be a
Do that
sandbox.
because we would shoot down the nuke.
No, wait.
we would shoot them down.
Why would we shoot at Russia?
Completely ostracized.
No, hold on. We
Because
would
if they
shoot.
launch a
Hold
nuke,
on.
we
We would
launch
shoot
nukes.
them down. Yeah. No. We would shoot them down first before
Well, absolutely, we would shoot
launch
them down,
anything.
but we would launch our own.
Potentially, but the first thing we would do would be to just intercept the projectile and neutralize it, and then that would be it.
Well, not
9 times out of
necessarily.
10.
We would probably launch
you
Minutemen
said
threes from the continental United States because these things are moving fast enough, like
we're
Mach
not going
22
to
or
launch
so.
any of our
It's
silos.
3 to 5 minutes before that thing makes landfall. So yeah,
We're
we would
not.
put birds in the air before we tried to shoot one down.
We're not gonna launch. I don't think they would trade LA for Seoul. And you're talking about
What's your argument,
us.
Chef?
My
What is
argument
your
is my only argument is that NATO countries should have been paying their fair share the entire time, and they
I
haven't
think
been doing
everyone
that.
agrees with that.
What even does that mean, Chef? What is fair share?
They should pay the 2% that everyone set.
It's
But
3.5%,
also,
not 2, and we haven't been
us
paying it.
overpaying and doing more like benefits
We haven't
America.
been overpaying. We've never met it. We have a
But
$30
even if,
trillion
let's say
economy.
we,
3.5% would be over $1 trillion. We've never met our obligation
It's
under
based
NATO.
on
but even
GDP,
if we
not
entertain
economy.
you, like there's no
Our economy
negative
is
for
$30
overpaying.
trillion GDP per year. That's what the fuck it's based on. Our military
I,
spending would have to be over $1 trillion to meet our obligation to NATO. We never fucking met it.
There's a reason, like, we're not spending as much because there's not as big of threats. But then you have Russia pulling what they pulled in Ukraine, and now everyone's like, yeah, well, let's increase our spending because this is dangerous when a nuclear-armed state holds a non-nuclear-armed state at their mercy. It's like that. There's a reason to be concerned. It's not like
And it was
Russia's
2%.
scared. It's not
No,
like
I
Russia's
get that.
scared.
It's 3.5.
No, it might have risen.
Can you respond to what
We've probably been spending 3.5%, but the set percentage for NATO countries is 2% minimum.
Can you respond to what Brobot said?
Respond to who? I'm sorry.
Brobot. Or did he just silence that whole opinion he had about people not paying their fair share?
No, they haven't been paying their fair share.
Neither has the U.S.
What's the percentage?
About on par with everybody else. And you also missed the comment.
No, it's the same percentage.
You also missed the comment about there wasn't that much of a threat. They didn't feel like they needed to. You know, 90s, which is arguably
They didn't feel like they needed to.
the 90s, known as like the peaceful decade because it was the fall of the Soviet Union, the Cold War was over, and it was known as like relative peace around the world. So countries that normally would have to spend 2% maybe felt like they didn't need to as much anymore.
The original benchmark was 2%, and the U.S. has consistently paid that.
Okay, Chef, this is where you're wrong though.
Paid, right?
Even
the U.S. doesn't pay in anything. It is an allocation.
Now she's just gonna mess up your whole argument if you let her continue to talk.
Why am I messing up anything?
If I could, real quick, let's say no one else pays, and we're the only country paying into NATO. America's just like Big Daddy Warbucks, and we're the only one doing it. I would still even argue that puts us in a beneficial position to then sell weapons to everyone. It only helps us if we are just investing in defense and none of them are, and then they go, oh shit, we need defense. And then we're just like, hey, guess what we have? It also lets us test new systems. So like a huge missed opportunity that Trump had is he cut off a bunch of funding and aid to Ukraine at various times and basically allowed Russia to gain a bunch of like traction.
Do you really want to be the god of war?
No,
exactly. I don't want to do that. We got to protect ourselves.
You want to base our economy on.
Hey, I'm not looking to be.
I mean, I'm just saying how it
not
works.
a god of war. We
I don't want to continue
shields.
this. If there was a way to like divest from all of this, sure. But unfortunately, I was born on this planet, and America's on the tracks already. So I'm just trying to keep her on the rails. I guess.
Well, chubby Jesus, there. We don't want to be the god of war. We want to be the god of shields. We are here to sell defense equipment. We are not driving people.
So why aren't they buying stuff? Why can't they just buy more?
They buy cars all the time.
Well, they should buy more. They should buy more.
Robot. Nobody buys defensive equipment unless we're selling them attack equipment as well, offensive equipment.
They should buy more. That's all.
It's ridiculous that we set up the world. It's a little ridiculous that we set up the world for a situation where we promote war.
Well, that's been America since like the inception of it, almost.
Yeah, can we change that now?
What do they need to be, I want to ask Chef, what do they need to be spending more money for? Like, I'm just confused.
One step at a time.
Well, they need to be spending more on their defense in general.
For
Like
what?
they should have
To defend against what? Because the only country that's ever actually used NATO's Article 5, right? I'm sure you know.
So wait, are you saying they have zero enemies in Europe?
So the only country that's ever called all of the allies to actually help them in time of war is us, right? And you're sitting here acting like they didn't help us, and then you're like complaining that they're not spending more money on their military.
Yeah, so why aren't they spending
get
money?
To the point, Chef.
I have literally said my point multiple
What's
times.
your point? No, but like,
why haven't they been buying more? Why haven't they been buying more?
Spend more money.
Are there no bad guys in Europe? Wait. Is it peaceful in Europe?
If you're going to ask a question, you have to let somebody answer the fucking question.
No, but he's avoiding.
So wait.
I don't fucking care. Don't give me a goddamn excuse. Let him answer your question.
So is it peaceful in Europe? Are we going to pretend that Russia are the good guys and they don't want to take over Europe? Are we going to act like they didn't annex Crimea in 2014? That was a wake-up call. They should have invested more. They should have met the benchmark at 2%. They're rich countries.
Are we acting like it wasn't like all of this? Like Europe, maybe it's not the weakest army in the world, right? But
they're not.
Let me finish. Are we acting like this wasn't like a strategic and very intentional plan by the U.S. to put our military bases there to supply Europe with our own military in order to contain and prevent another European power vacuum after World War II? Like, are we not acting like this wasn't, like we did not play a huge part of this? This was intentional. This was something we wanted. And now we're kind of turning around and saying, well, why didn't you build up your army? Why aren't you contributing? When we were like, nah, we got it. We're going to put our people here because you can't handle yourselves. This was back then, right? And that, that was what sort of held throughout decades. And now we're turning around with this weird narrative and not acknowledging why we were there in the first place, why they didn't build up in the first place.
So we said, let's create this Chad military alliance. And I'm going to carry all the weight, guys. Don't worry. I'll protect the world forever. Yeah, sure. Is that the argument against?
That is what the intention was after World War II. Absolutely.
We were supposed to play Superman for the entire world.
I mean, that was our choice.
Yes, we benefited.
Okay.
We became the global.
Yeah, you'll never beat this. If this is the argument for the polls.
No, Chef, we became the global currency. The dollar is the global currency. So we benefited immensely by taking the place of Britain.
We would have benefited more if they would have bought more equipment.
Oh my God.
What are you talking about? All right. What are you talking about? Do you know what the Marshall Plan is? Hold on, Spicy. Do you know what the Marshall Plan was? What was the Marshall Plan, Chef?
What's that have to do with what I'm talking about? Go ahead, Civic.
You're talking about them buying shit from us and rebuilding whatever the fuck they did. So you're telling me at the end of the war, when everyone's tired of war and they're sick of it, the first thing that they should invest in is more fucking military equipment?
Well,
or
not the first.
Maybe they should have focused on rebuilding their fucking cities.
Listen, not the first decade. No, don't go buy a bunch of stuff like the second year you're out of war. Of course, rebuild, but you've had several decades to focus on all of that. You have all the systems in place to satisfy the people who live there. Okay, now protect those people. Buy more weapons. Help the U.S. out by buying our equipment and technology. Don't just buy it when you see that Russia is getting more aggressive and invading like the Eastern Europe.
It's not that. It's they didn't start exactly when Russia invaded. They started when Russia invaded, and then we were like, "You're on your own," and we started saying, "Yes, we just halved We just have the amount of people in Poland. They're really, shitting themselves right now because we just have the amount of military there
My
out of
friend is
nowhere.
still in Poland. They
So it's
haven't pulled
like
a single person out of Poland.
we weren't asking them to buy anything because for decades it was about our militaristic influence there. It's both a soft and like hard power. I don't understand
Soft
this.
power doesn't protect anybody.
Just because it influences people to do certain things. Did
it influence them to annex Crimea?
Oh my God, here we go. I just can't. I don't know.
Like, nobody's trying to annex Texas right now. Why do you think that is? Nobody's going to try to annex Mexico or Canada.
Chef,
Mexico tried like 3 times, right?
They tried 3 times.
Chef, the
Yeah,
overarching
we
reason.
took Sandy Annie's leg more than once.
I'm sorry. What's up, robot?
So, go ahead.
I think he was trying to say something. Robot?
Sorry. Yeah, Mexico tried 3 times to re-annex Texas.
That's crazy. When was this?
1830s and 1840s.
Ah, bro, come on. I'm talking post-World War II.
If you're meaning today, like no. Obviously not. But
Okay,
you're saying nobody's trying to
Europe has
Texas.
Chef, I have the numbers in front of me right now. When did European countries stop buying defense products made in the US?
When did they stop? I don't know.
That's your claim, though. You said they stopped buying it. So when did they?
No. I said they should buy more. I'm just saying buy more.
Okay. Buy more. So they haven't consistently bought from our fucking private companies. Again, none of it's nationalized. So I don't know why the fuck you're simping for private companies, but they've consistently been buying defense products from U.S. made companies made in the U.S. for the last 75 fucking years.
Nice.
I don't know what the fuck you're bitching about.
They haven't met the benchmark.
A very long time.
It says you like.
Wait, what's the benchmark?
The benchmark has always been 2%.
What chef thinks
God,
is
we don't.
like ridiculous.
The benchmark has literally always been 2%.
So 2% of buying American, is that what the benchmark is?
No. You see, you're misconstruing what I'm saying.
No, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay, whatever. You're just misconstruing what I'm saying, and you
Okay.
want to
Did
flip
you know
it
about
in
the
a way where
75
you can
years?
fold the
Hey,
argument.
Hey, Chef, have you figured out what the trifecta in Korea was, since you said that you knew what
The
you were talking about?
trifecta? Can you explain that?
What's it
or not?
called? I already went over it. You said, yeah, I already knew that. So since you knew that,
I didn't say that.
what was it called?
I
Yes,
don't
you
know.
fucking did. When I told you about how Korea was able to industrialize so fast, I told you that there's 3 players in it, and you said, yeah, I already knew that. So what's that called?
Are you talking about you can't be talking
Korea.
about the triad.
I told you there were 3 major players as to how they were able to industrialize so fast. You remember what those 3 were, since you already knew what it was?
No. Tell me what it is, because I don't know what you're
You
asking
told me that you knew what it was.
and I just said I
I'll
don't
give
know.
you
So
one
tell
of the
me.
3 that I talked about, the state. What were the other 2?
You see, your question is weird. I don't know what you're talking about. State what you're trying to say. Make
There
your
were
point.
3 major players that I talked about and why Korea industrialized as fast as they did.
I'm assuming you
And
mean
I'm giving
countries,
you
right?
one of them is the state. Who were the other 2?
The state,
Yes, the government.
like the U.S. state government.
South Korea.
Okay, South Korea was one of the players. The U.S.
We're talking about South Korea. Why South Korea was able to industrialize so fast?
The U.S. was made a presence there.
Oh my god, dude! Never mind. This is
So you're not going to tell me? Are you slow, Civic?
Hold on. I'm the slow one. I'm the slow. Yep, you're right. You're right. You just out.
You literally are. I'm asking you, what's the answer? Yeah, you had no point in bringing that up.
No, you're full of shit, dude. You're just dodging every fucking question we bring up.
I literally asked you for the answer, and you don't want to give it.
Okay, so anyways, you said you were talking about World War II and claims on states. That would actually be Hawaii, and Japan had a claim on it. Ta-da! That's why they attacked.
Oh, they shouldn't have done that. Actually, they should. Now niggas know. And I can say that word, by the way.
You can't say it on my panel.
Oh, my apologies, Moho. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Chef. So, like, why would we be spending so much money on our military when we're a nuclear armed alliance? And, you know, that's kind of like the deterrence there.
Things can go wrong in a war. Like look at how South. Oh, wow!
You're gonna bring up South Korea?
I got a violation. I got to come back. I'm sorry.
It's the
Might be all
N-word,
that
man.
bullshit you're
Might have
spreading.
been the N-word. Huh. That's crazy.
TikTok don't let nobody say it.
Dude, I wish I was that confident in the shit I didn't know.
Well,
Phelps was like apologizing
again.
for
Yeah, another evening with nothing but liberals. This is fucking awesome. Love it. No conservatives to be found.
We can do infighting.
They're embarrassed.
Not fault. He went ahead and used the N-word.
I can attack the Marxists and communists if you want.
Go for it.
Go for it.
I'm going to say you can't.
That was a joke. I'm really not going to. I'm sorry.
Salzy's back.
Stuff about Russia, though, that made me kind of cringe, though.
I don't think you guys really understood what I'm saying.
And you're right, I may not have.
I think you think that I'm pro-Russia. I would have been pro-USSR while the USSR was there, but I am definitely not pro-Russia. I'm just stating that the way that it's not apologia. It is just stating fact.
Okay.
Apologia.
Tell us once again about
this is apologia.
not
Crimea. Hold on. Here's apologia. Crimea was not wrong. That's apologia. But Crimea was wrong, and I could recognize that. Just like the invasion of Iraq was wrong.
Did you not say Russia was scared of NATO?
Yeah.
Russia was scared.
But Crimea was still wrong.
That's why they did this.
Why is
Russia? But the NATO.
Why is Russia scared? What are they scared of, B?
Why is
because
Russia going?
The United States
Why is Russia going after Ukraine?
United States has done Red Scare propaganda since the Cold War.
That's not why they're going after Ukraine.
No, I'm answering spicy, and then I was going to answer you. So why do we hate Russia so much? Because of the Cold War. That's why we hate them so much. And to answer your question, Mojo, I do believe that Russia is in self-defense, and I do believe they have an argument to be made. NATO has threatened Russia time and time again, doing military exercises on the border when it's supposed to be a buffer zone. That is the point of a buffer zone, to create a buffer between two opposing forces.
Yeah, the point, they're not opposing forces. The point of a defensive pact is to fucking defend. You can do exercises wherever the fuck you want. NATO has never attacked anyone, nor will it ever attack anyone, because that's not the structure of NATO.
Okay, and B, I would understand your argument if
civics
the border. What? Go ahead.
I just wanted to add, like, we've been on the border with Russia for how long? Lithuania, Estonia, Latvia. How long have they been a part of NATO? Like, if
How long has Russia been on our border? How long has Russia been on our border?
Of a casus belli and some kind of reason to be attacked by NATO, we would have
You're
done
doing
it.
American imperial apologia. That's what you are doing.
No, I'm not, because America.
No, because
absolutely
when
has shown
has
that. But you're treating like all these nations as if they're all just puppets.
When has Russia? When has
that's
they
what you're trying to say?
We are the global superpower for a fucking reason. We're the global hegemon for a reason.
Would you guys stop?
You asked me a question, I would like to answer it. And you can answer this question. When has Russia put military exercises on the Mexican border? When have they done that? When have they done it on the Canadian border? They try to do it in Cuba and we kick them the fuck out. And we start, hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. They tried to do it in Cuba and we started a Cuban fucking missile crisis.
Cuba.
Okay, but B.
So again, you are holding Russia to a standard.
You had a nice long pause there. You had a nice long.
And you are asking us questions.
So everyone could just interrupt.
Stop.
I'm the only op.
Stop. You are not a fucking op. You are not a fucking op. And I'm gonna say you guys all need to stop talking over each other, and you paused for a long period of time twice there.
Yeah, that's
You
fair.
can't
And
expect
asked us
people to start
questions.
talking in that pause.
You're right.
And
You're right. Okay.
you
Go ahead.
asked us
Everyone, go ahead.
questions and paused, and then got mad when we answered.
Okay, you're
Yeah,
right.
When has
You're right. Go
Russia?
ahead.
Russia has
just a moment.
consistently stop. Russia has consistently messed with Canadian sovereignty in the Arctic. Constantly, they're treading light. Like, what are you talking about? They have done exercises specifically in the Arctic.
They just did
Was
flyovers
that
like a
Canada?
month ago
They
in
do
Alaska.
Was that
flyovers.
Canada?
Yeah,
But
they
besides
do.
all that, there is an op right here, right next to me.
Oh, I don't know this person. Did they
Region
do it?
airspace too.
You're also. What about
Okay, again, not
Moldova?
on the
What
border
about
of Canada.
Georgia?
No,
What
I'm
about
talking
No,
about
Moldova?
the
That's a
What about
border.
Georgia?
NATO. That's a
Why?
founding member of NATO.
Why the
You
fuck are all you
guys
guys talking at the same time? I don't get it.
made very clear. I made a very clear argument. I said the border. Ukraine is directly bordering. So again, give me a time when they have done a military exercise on the border of Canada and the United States, and when they've done a military exercise on the border of Mexico. You cannot because you hold.
April
Let me finish.
April
My fucking
2026.
God, you
Stop. You're gonna
guys!
stop. You're gonna stop.
Seriously.
All of you guys are gonna stop. What the fuck?
Sorry, she just asked a question and I gave
I
her
know,
it.
dude.
April
You can't keep
2026.
asking questions and then pause.
Wait, she didn't pause though.
I didn't pause.
How many of
She
you
didn't
are
talk.
secretly Europeans up here?
Dude, that's a dumb. No, hold on. I gave you an example.
How many of you are secretly Europeans?
I can't.
I gave you an example of Russia doing exercises on the Canadian border. You asked.
No, you gave me an
Again,
example of Arctic.
Civics, that doesn't even matter though, Civics, because like she's acting like these aren't countries on the border with Russia that are literally aligned with us in NATO. It's like they do this all the time on the border of plenty of NATO countries.
Norway being one.
Concerned.
This,
Like,
hold
are
on.
they
You
not
know that Canada's in NATO.
overarching alliance?
This wasn't even the argument I was trying to make. When I
They
asked
are
you-
always in Norwegian airspace.
Why? When I asked you the question, why Russia is invading Ukraine, you should know the answer. I mean, Putin wants to recreate the Soviet Union or some new form of it, and Ukraine was going to be the first step to doing that. And you know that, right?
No, I don't know that. What I know is that
He's made this.
I wish I could.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's just made
Go
the
ahead, finish.
declaration more than once.
He has not ever made the declaration that he wants the USSR back. In fact, he's done the opposite. He has said time and time again that he does not want the USSR back and that he has no desire. And he has stated time and time again what he has cited is NATO's he has not faltered in this.
This makes Democrats look even worse, by the way.
Stop. No, he has not cited that. He is not bitching. He wasn't bitching about NATO until he actually did the fucking invasion in the first place. And he did. He has said multiple times that he wants to rebuild the Soviet Union. I can give you evidence of that. Now, the only thing that's going to do, however, is give you another reason to fucking support Russia. So.
No, I don't think that the Soviet Union should start. It can't, not under Putin. The Soviet Union can never start again because it cannot under an oligarch. So no, I would never support that. And again, he has cited multiple times that that NATO was the reason. Every single time he has asked, he said NATO aggression. Every single time he's never faltered.
Every fucking communist nation that's existed on the face of the planet has been under an oligarch. Every one of them.
Say thank you, Mojo. I was like, what are you talking about?
I'm sorry, but like,
okay, but again,
exercises-
that's even more why I would not support the re-upping of the USSR because it would be controlled by oligarchs. Again, I said that twice on this panel already. I want to also know that during the Cold War, NATO very much was intent on targeting Russia.
You're
Also in the
pro-Russia.
post-Cold War.
You're pro-Russia. That's crazy.
I mean, you guys can't even. You can't.
You're a Russian spy.
This is how Russian and Red Scare propaganda has infiltrated your brains so much
Look,
that you
I'm
think
gonna tell you
just
right
stating.
now.
Let me finish, Notch.
This is not
that
good
me
for the
just
Dems.
Notch. Stop. That
Notch,
me just
hold on
stating
1 second.
history.
Let her finish.
That me just stating history is making you guys have nothing to say other than you're pro-Russia. That is how Red Scare propaganda worked on your dad and your mom, and they pushed it into your brain as well.
I don't think
I've been
that
pushing back
I
on you.
don't think you're pro Russia, but I also think that there's something very different from making a country feel threatened or running exercises and invading. Like legally, invasion of a sovereign country, that is not, you cannot use the exercises and feeling threatened as justification for that. You have just taken it to a whole new level. And I think I just hear this false equivalency happening here that they're justified in what they did because of threatening actions, right? Invasion is something completely different.
Okay, I have to say this, and you need to understand this. This simping, not just for Russia, but this false equivalency of what the USSR was. The USSR and the Bolsheviks consistently squashed leftist movements all throughout their satellite states. Ukraine is the easiest fucking example of it, right? So there's that history. Also, why did Russia attack Georgia? Why did Russia attack Moldova? Why did Russia attack Ukraine? All three of those is because their new leaders were trying to go against the influence of Russia and Moscow. The same fucking relationship that they had during the Soviet Union. When Moscow controlled all of the satellite states, they didn't want to have that relationship again. They tried to move in a different direction, become more European, and Putin did something about it by sending his fucking troops in all three of those goddamn countries. That's what's fucking happening. This NATO encroaching is bullshit because all of the other countries, and if they're worried about their border that they share with Ukraine, I get it. It is a buffer zone. I'm not denying that, but they would be just as fucking furious with a larger border, which is Finland. And now Finland is part of NATO. So why haven't they attacked Finland?
So
NATO.
Because they are a part of NATO now.
Why didn't they attack him before? B like what?
Because Finland wasn't getting talked about. You asked me a question. Let me answer that question. Let me answer that question. Crimea happened for one, right? That's one reason. Which Crimea was wrong. Russia shouldn't have done that. Let me finish. And then the second reason that Finland is because you have time and time again Zelensky constantly coming out. You have George Bush in 2002 saying we need to have Ukraine. You have Zelensky coming out, flirting with NATO left and right, saying we're going to be a part of NATO. We're going to be a part of NATO. This is different than the way the Finns conducted themselves. It just is.
So I want to add real quick that with the comment of NATO aggression, that simply just doesn't have any ground to stand on because Russia has had violations of other nations through both airspace, trade routes with the shadow fleets, drones hovering over airports. I'm sorry, but NATO frankly just hasn't done anything to Russia in terms of any actual tangible military action, while Russia has been doing that against its European neighbors. Fact of the matter is, NATO targeting Russia, it serves as a deterrent.
Okay, so yes, NATO has, again, I don't know how many times I have to say this, NATO has done military exercises on the Ukrainian-Russian border. America would never, yeah, exactly. Okay, and
they have
America would never allow
Russian
that.
sovereign territory.
I've literally had this on my screen the whole time.
If America
Russia
did
is
that,
doing it on America's border.
Where is this from?
This is from
I can't even read it all. I can't even read it
Oh,
all.
are we provoking China when we do exercises with the Philippines?
We are provoking China, actually, and I think
And
it's
we're
very
just training
dangerous.
people?
And we should stop doing that. We should
stop training troops. We should stop training troops. Okay.
If they did it to us, we would lose our shit.
I want to add to this, B. Hold on. I'm sorry. Okay, so do you know that we just recently sent the 11th Airborne, which is a new airborne unit, to Alaska? And do you know part of the reason we sent them to Alaska, B?
You can tell me.
Do you have any idea? It's because of Russia performing training exercises in the Alaskan airspace and in the Arctic airspace. So, I don't know what you're saying. Oh, that's wrong, right? We haven't been building up our forces in the Arctic and in the North to deter people like Russia and China. You're just going to act like that isn't true.
I didn't say
they haven't been
that's
doing
wrong.
training
You're not
exercises.
hearing
They
what
have.
I'm saying. I'm saying
They
that's
have.
wrong for Russia to do that. Calm the fuck down. I'm saying that's wrong for. Here's the difference.
But you're acting like we would never allow it, but it's happening. So I don't
said it
get
was
what your
wrong.
point
What more do you want from me? I've conceded to your point. What more do you want from me?
Apologize.
I agreed.
You indirectly are pro-Russian.
I'm not
hold on
apologizing.
one second.
I just admitted that Russia did something wrong.
One fucking second. If B is the only person that's arguing against the entire panel, can we please give a little grace here and not attack 100%? I just got here, so I don't really know if that's happening, but just be cognizant, please, because this is a panel where we can elevate our conversations. So we want everyone to be able to do so. Thank you.
How you doing, CS? You okay?
What am I doing?
I said how.
How?
How?
Oh, should I DM you?
No, well, you can tell me later. It's alright, never mind.
You know what I'm talking about.
I'm sorry, B. I'm not trying to attack you.
Never mind.
And I think CS has a good point there. So, I'm not getting
vibes. I'm not getting those vibes from the panel. I just know everyone's passionate. But no, it's not apologia, because if it were apologia, then I couldn't admit that what Russia did is wrong. By the way, in the USSR massively fucked up in a lot of ways. However, what is happening is I am holding Russia to the same standard that I hold the United States. If I saw the US doing these things, I would be upset. Just like when I see the US do these things with NATO and do these exercises, I think it's wrong. Because if Russia came here and did those exercises, I would be afraid as well. If China said, you know what, we're going to do some military exercises on the border of Mexico and Canada, I would be afraid. That would be a natural reaction, and we know that the U.S. would be afraid, and even more so. I bet you half the people on this panel would justify invading China and Russia if that happened.
Invading China and Russia? What?
Hold on.
No.
If they did military exercises on our border in Mexico and Canada.
Hold on.
They would never do that.
You're solely focused on the land masses where Russians are not at. If you look at Alaska, we actually share a border with Russia directly. There are actually 2 islands out in the Baltic Sea that we have people on. There is an actual community there of like 5,000 people. And on the other side, just 2 miles away across this water strait, is the Russians. And they've got nothing but a fucking military base there. We wave at their military members all the time. They do training exercises on it for the past 80 years. Like, this isn't new. They've been doing it for 80 years.
On the point of Alaska too, doesn't the U.S. routinely intercept Russian military planes flying
all the time? They tip their fucking wings.
Yeah.
I just
take over the world.
It's a back and forth.
I just want to push back on again. You kind of sidestepped my question, my original question. Why did Russia invade Georgia and Moldova?
It was wrong. I mean, civics. I don't know what you want from me. I am not so blinded that I do not see that Russia has, I do not think Russia has done anything right. I don't know how many times I have said that on this panel. I would argue that the reason you guys are pushing this I'm pro-Russia thing so hard is, like I said, the Red Scare propaganda did a number on your parents, them having to hide under their desks in elementary, let me finish, them having to hide under their desk in elementary school did a number on them, and they passed it on to you. We also see that with China right now.
They literally invaded the nation.
We are not immune from Russian propaganda.
Sorry.
The nation.
Sorry.
Who invaded a nation?
They invaded a nation.
The United States does it all the time. Again, are you going to go out and do we invade Iraq? Do we invade Afghanistan? Do we invade Vietnam? Do we invade Cambodia? Do we invade Laos? Do you want me to keep going? Do we invade Cuba? Do I need to keep going?
When did we invade Cuba?
Did we do almost, I think we've done a CIA-backed coup in every South American country except 2.
Oh, I get it. You trust men. I get it. That's why.
What?
Stop doing that. Stop trusting guys. These are bad people. Russia should be stopped. At least watched. And yeah, you're a Russian spy, and that's okay.
Okay. Whoa, I mean, again, you have nothing to add to the conversation other than that. If you want to.
Civics are coming at you because particularly the line that you used, the not 1 inch eastward, that's what all the Russian bots on this app use. Because none of them have ever proven
it's in German.
Right, wait, stop.
Paperwork.
Now I have a question. Nacht are you a Trump voter?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, look, I can recognize I made a mistake, but like
Oh,
I have to look at the best, some of the good things he's doing.
like what?
Well, you talked with this other guy about NATO.
Um,
I like what
you
he's
think
doing.
you think NATO's wait? You want to get rid of NATO, or you want to make NATO stronger?
Yeah.
I want to make NATO into the United States Junior.
I gotta make a
So you
liberal
want to
choice. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Drop
I'll
me.
bring you back,
kick me?
Graham, if you could get
I,
back.
I want them to be strong like the allies in the Indo-Pacific.
Okay, so you want them to be able to take us on?
If they had to, yeah, and yes, because like in a situation like this where you got a leader like Trump, we should be stopped in a conventional way. I'm not saying bombs away or whatever, but like we should be able to feel some type of international pressure from an ally
Do you do you
in the case
know
that
how
we.
much
So
do you
sorry,
know how much
Graham.
different the country looks if we are not the last global superpower?
Well, we would still be a global superpower. Like we
Yeah,
have a presence
but
and a
we haven't been very good at sharing power for quite a long time. Do you think we have that capability?
to share power.
Yeah.
Yeah, we share power.
Do you think we'll talk to China and Russia to make sure that they're okay with what we're going to do, and talk to NATO as well, or the EU anyway?
I feel like Russia should be something that Europeans just have to deal with, and we focus on China.
Well, we're still going to have to. There's going to be at least 3 superpowers, probably 4, if that's what you're talking
Nah,
about.
nah,
Because
nah.
the
There will never
EU,
be
the
four.
EU, the EU will be a superpower.
That'll be cool.
Okay, they will. So there'll be 4 superpowers, and we're gonna all have to agree on things to get shit done. You're okay with that?
Actually, I would say, look, this is my honest thing. I would say we triple the competition, then we build up Europe after that.
Well, you're not going to get that by getting rid of fucking NATO or making them stronger. Either way,
Wait,
you're
if we
going to
don't,
be
if we
fucked.
make NATO stronger, then Russia is not necessarily the big bad red monster that we so view them as.
Yeah, so once again, then NATO or the NATO countries or the EU becomes the 4th global superpower.
Okay, but like, do you know why we call ourselves a superpower though? I don't think they're gonna become that.
They will.
So we're called a superpower because we can fight a war on 2 fronts at any given moment
We
and put
won't be able
soldiers
to.
anywhere.
We won't be able to do that if NATO countries actually built up their military enough to be able to defend themselves. If they were going to be able to do that without us, we're not. We're not going to be the only. We're not going to be able to defend ourselves on 2 fronts. That's
So
not
you
going
want
to
like
be
an
possible.
element of control relationship with Europe?
I'm just wondering what you want.
I
want a
mean,
one world.
I
I want a
want
one world
them.
government.
I
So
want them to. So the UN, you support the UN?
One
I want a
world,
one.
baby, one world.
I want a one world government. But
That's-
so that's what I want. I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck you want.
Who's the leader of this one
I'm
world
still trying
government?
to figure out what you want.
I want a world where I want free healthcare, free education for America. Yeah, that's what I want.
No, I'm talking about superpower status.
Okay,
I'm talking about world
if we,
international affairs.
yeah, if we leave NATO, right? What's going to happen to the Pacific Ocean? Do we just like
I don't know. You tell me.
Pacific
The
Ocean?
world. What's the world that you're looking for? I don't know what
The
world you're
Western
looking for. That's why
Hemisphere?
I'm asking you.
Russia's not a
Such a
threat to the Western Hemisphere. We're wasting our money contributing to NATO.
I'm sorry. Russia has more ICBMs than we do.
Why?
I think contribution to NATO,
What?
like Nate. What do you think contribution to NATO is?
Yeah, Nate, where's the NATO bank?
No,
Oh no! Oh, you guys got me.
Where's the NATO bank? Like, what country has the NATO bank? What currency do they use?
I have no idea. Would be a
It
guess.
doesn't exist.
I believe it's the NATO buck, the NATO dollars. Yeah.
Yep, it's Disney dollars. You got it right there, right
Monopoly
on the
money.
nose.
No, bro, that's why we have so much
Excuse
monopoly
me,
money.
excuse
Yeah,
me,
and I like.
excuse me. Civics in the biz, we call them shroot bucks. Please Make sure you
Yeah,
get that
street
right.
bucks.
Hold
But I
on one
mean,
second,
if
guys.
Russia's
One
not a
second. Hold on one second. Excuse me. CS, I did apologize to you for calling you honey the other day in another live, Kami Mami Dami, or whatever her name is, in her live. I don't know if you saw it or not, but I am sorry for calling you honey. I know that affected you a lot, so I'm sorry about that.
Rosa, it didn't
whoa.
affect me like a lot. You are 100% forgiven. You know that you and I have always gotten along on this live, and I really appreciate you being here. So, no, my bad. When you were here last, and I was just in the comments, like I sent you some gifts because I really appreciate when you come up here. So, no harm, no foul. It was more so the drop because.
But yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay. That's okay. I think it was a joke and I took it wrong, so I appreciate that too. And like I can admit my faults. So, thank you and sorry. No,
No, you
we're cool,
can't.
dude. And
No, you can't.
and I hope that
You
we're
can't
okay.
admit your faults. What are you talking about?
Yes, she can.
Mojo,
Leave her alone.
Mojo, you can go fuck yourself. I'm gonna get a violation for that. I'm gonna take it out.
There we go.
But it is fucking worth it. I'm working this out with Rosa, and you can quiet the fuck down.
I just
All right,
wanted
so
to be
all
in the middle of
good.
it.
All good. Perfect. All right, moving on.
Can I level set something here? So
fuck.
The planet is a sphere, and Russia sends blackjacks across the Arctic, which is what makes Greenland somewhat strategically important. And then October they ran a joint naval exercise right off the Aleutians with China and Russia. And literally my
There
job
it
was
is. You knew it was coming.
working for NORAD was what I did. And we did intercepts all the time as they pushed into the ADIZ and they pushed in along our borders. And they consistently do it. And that's why NORAD is the only joint command that the U.S. is part of where we actually have Canadian generals in our chain of command is the U.S. Canadian. So it's all of North America. And the reason that we don't do exercises, we do freedom of navigation movements through the Taiwan Strait is because China keeps trying to establish that is their territorial waters, and we want to keep it open for the international use. And they're encroaching in the Philippines. They're building islands out of nowhere and then claiming territorial waters and building military bases.
Oh. I thought you changed accounts.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You invited me up. What?
So
who did that? That was not me.
No, so I mean, we're level setting. There's a lot of things that we're seeing here that we're into.
Hey, Brad, don't
Taiwan is a part of China, and even Taiwan's own constitution says it's a part of China. Taiwan's own constitution says it's a part of China.
Okay.
Its license plate has on it that it is a part of China. That, like,
What
people's
China?
license plates.
Wait, what China?
What do you mean?
Like,
obviously.
yeah, what China? You realize that they see themselves as the old China, right?
I can't hear you.
Like
You're muffled. You guys were talking at the same time.
Pre-communist China is what Taiwan considers himself. You know this, right? Like, you have to.
It really doesn't matter. Where in the
When you say
constitution
that
did they say that
in their
they have
constitution-
separated from the new China?
They refer to them as the mainlanders.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you live off of the coast of Alaska, you refer to those who live in Alaska
No,
as mainlanders.
The remnants of what the communist revolution in China wasn't able to do was still part of Taiwan. They see themselves as the old pre-communist China. That's what they see themselves as. This is why it's in their constitution, like you're saying, and on their license plates, like you're saying. It's not the same China.
I read somewhere that China put like an oil, something to do with oil in a Venezuelan lake or like a body of water to extract oil.
There's 200,000 people of Chinese descent that live in Venezuela.
Yeah, but they actually put up an oil something in a lake to get the oil, obviously.
Mm. But Russia tried to do an intercept where they were flying blackjacks in February. Like, they do it all the time. So to say they don't do it is weird because it's like public information.
To say that when we do it, it's not an actual military exercise is weird. That is what I mean by American exceptionalism, and that is American chauvinism. And again, you hold other countries to a much higher standard than you would ever hold America.
No, I'm literally saying it's a freedom of navigation, and it is simply because we don't claim, we have the ADIS, we have a border that we claim as our own that is based on our landmass and a distance from the landmass and the seafloor. China is claiming the Taiwan Strait as their own because they're claiming Taiwan. So they're also building islands and claiming territory that was, for 100 or more years, belonged to the Philippines and Vietnam, and they've been encroaching, and they've been building military bases on islands that they are making in the middle of fucking nowhere, and then saying all the territorial waters around it are their fishing waters and it's their shipping lanes.
I do have a question for Nate and B, I guess now. Do you believe that Ukraine, like the Donbass and Luhansk and those areas, are now part of Russia because it's in their constitution?
You mean the Donbass where the Ukrainians slaughtered 14,000 ethnic Russians? I don't know. You decide.
I mean, that is a neat pontification from it.
You could say it's neat. I mean, counter it. Counter it.
Oh,
Did
no,
they or
it's
did they
not part
not
of, it's part
slaughter
of Ukraine. It's not part of
14,000
Russia.
ethnic Russians? They ethnically spoke Russian. They didn't speak Ukrainian, they spoke Russian, and they slaughtered
You
them.
are a MAGA bot. You are a literal MAGA bot. What the fuck?
Just really quick.
I am
honest,
literally
this is an honest
just
question.
quoting history. I did not
You're
put a
quoting
moral
MAGA
arbitration on it.
talking points right now.
It's not a talking point. Did it happen?
It is, and I'll ask you this question.
Did it happen?
What are the majority of the people speak in Kyiv?
Russian. Where? What did you say?
In Kiev, what language do most people speak in Kiev?
I don't know. You could tell me.
Russian.
Okay.
So why would when you say they're ethnically ethnically Russian, what does that mean? If the majority of the country
did it
already
erase what
speaks,
happened in Donbass? Did it erase what happened in Donbass?
if the majority of the country already
you're doing a
speaks
straw man
Russian,
right now. I don't know why you're not attacking the actual
there's
point.
no
You're just
straw man
attacking
here.
the point.
I'm coming. It's history. It's history.
But
no, you're just doing a whole different point. Like I brought up the Donbass, and you're just going around that point.
Language doesn't make you part of a country. The Holodomor genocide that was
wrong
done. That was done. It wasn't true. They didn't surround cities.
I said that was. See, you guys are so triggered.
No, I didn't hear you.
This is like the fifth time this has happened on this live. By the way,
Okay, then say it. Get out of your feelings and say what you were going to say.
What I said is it was wrong.
But that's why they speak Russian, is because they surrounded them. They tried to get rid of their entire culture and language. They were challenged by it. That was the reason they spoke Russian. But speaking Russian
So again,
alone,
you're going around the whole fact that they slaughtered 14,000 ethnically speaking
What evidence do you have for this, B? You're
Whoa,
just saying like that casualties in a war are slaughtered. They were slaughtered because they're Russian. What are you talking about?
How many people were killed in the Holodomor genocide by Russia? It was about 5 million Ukrainians were killed. So what is your point?
Did I not say that the Holodomor was wrong?
But Russia invaded you.
But Russia. But Marsha. I literally said it was wrong. What more do you want? Again, I'm not fitting your narrative, and it's upsetting you.
So
it's upsetting you that I'm not fitting your narrative, that I won't sit here and vehemently defend Russia. I'm not going to do that. You cannot get me to do that. The Holodomor was wrong. What more do you want?
I want to know if you're saying, and I would just grant it for the purpose of this argument. Let's say Ukraine slaughtered 14,000 Russians. Russia gets a prize, according to you, at the end, if they get to invade and
I
take
didn't
whatever.
say that. That's a straw man.
What is your point of bringing it up?
The point is, there's things that happen on both sides that, again, you guys are only making concessions for the American side. You're not seeing how frightening the Russian side is.
No.
Speaking of the American side, right?
Straight up MAGA. What the fuck?
Hold on a second, guys.
Okay, do you say that when I talk about the Iraq war, Mojo? Do you think invading Iraq is right?
But
Okay,
here,
you must be
I'm sorry,
pro-Iraq.
but right here, I'm sorry, but right here, you were saying both sides, but both. You sound just like a MAGA. It's crazy.
It's wild that you can't look at this objectively and you can't see how much Red Scare has just infiltrated your guys'
You're
brain.
not looking at it objectively. You're just repeating nonsensical talking points from fucking Twitter that MAGA uses. That's all you're doing.
It's called
You're
the
just saying that we just have like our own
doctrine.
little communist derangement syndrome, and like we can't understand because we're
They're not
wait.
communist. My God, they're
my
not
gosh.
fucking communist. They were never communist.
Did you even hear what I said? I said what you're saying is the only reason we're so anti-Russian and think you're so pro-Russian.
Wait, I got a catchphrase, Mojo.
Derangement syndrome. Like that's like literally how you sound MAGA.
I got a catchphrase on this: the Russianization of the liberal mind.
Russian.
All right, so you know how we bought the mineral rights to Ukraine?
I'm
Guys,
here.
you know how we got the mineral rights to Ukraine? Right? Now, the land that Russia is taking, are we going to still, like, how is that going to work out when we go to, like, mine those minerals? Are we not going to be able to mine that part of land that Russia took already?
I imagine Trump will pass that off to the next president.
Well, I didn't ask anything about Trump. I said just in general.
I don't know how it'll work, but the Medvedev Doctrine was what Russia established when they went into Georgia and said there was Russian speakers who were being persecuted. That was their justification for going into Georgia. They established that wherever there's Russian speakers or ethnic Russians that lived abroad, that if they were being persecuted, they were going to invade to defend those people. And they did it to set up for Crimea, which if you look at the Pew poll, where it showed how many people wanted to be part of Russia or wanted to be part of Ukraine, it was definitively that they did not want to be part of Russia. Crimea was the only one that was on the fence, and that was because it was so front-loaded with actual Russians that went there. They looked at it as a vacation resort, and they had a military base there. And like what you're saying is missing a lot of context. It's literally their doctrine for expansionism. They use it as a justification to invade. That's why they put little green men in rigged elections in that part of Ukraine.
Does America do that?
It's not about what is on B, it's about what's right. Like, are we just going to pretend what we did is right?
No, it
You're right, it was
absolutely
wrong.
is. I'm sorry. We're living in a
That's why
world
we
where the
should be better
biggest
people for both
superpower
of us, B.
is threatening
We
the
shouldn't go, what
second.
about them? What about us? It should be about being the better people. That's what we're striving to be here, right, in these debates.
Sure,
to try and
true.
be better.
No, because if I start
So what's your
talking
point?
about if I start talking about
Like your-
Afghanistan
no
or Iraq,
point.
are you guys going to hold these exact same views that you hold for Russia for the United States?
Iraq, what we did
Well, hold
in
on.
Iraq,
Let's be very
Afghanistan
clear.
was
Hold on.
we
What
should
about
have
Vietnam?
Let's be.
What
Hold
about
on.
Vietnam?
Never been
Cambodia?
I think Nixon
Laos.
bombing
This is done.
Cambodia because we never set
Meme,
foot on Cambodian soil.
Meme, I'm gonna drop you. I need you to chill the
Okay.
fuck out. Seriously.
Let's be very clear about one thing here to the person in the top left corner now. You made a criticism that the people you are arguing against are not being objective, but you cited your own source wrong, and I hope you fucking recognize that. That UN report on the
down,
casualties
buddy.
between 2014
Calm
and 20... I am
down.
very calm right now. I
Take a
know
step-
you believe that I'm
take a
very
step
angry,
down.
but I'm very calm right now.
Okay, I trust
So you can't trigger me. That report that you
I'm not
cited
trying
was
to.
wrong.
I
and
don't
you
like.
know
I
it's
don't like
wrong.
getting come out like that by
Stop
men.
talking over him.
Holy
What the
shit.
fuck? Let him finish his statement.
Yeah,
What's wrong
like
with you
who's getting
now?
triggered, me or you? It's crazy.
I
You
am.
can't even let
I'm
me finish
telling.
a fucking
Yeah,
statement.
I'm telling you that I am.
Yeah,
and
no,
I don't like
yeah,
when
no,
men
now you're
come
fucking
at
stuttering.
me. I'm
Just
trying to
stop.
give you a reason why I feel the way that I feel.
B, stop, please.
Roger, can I please
So
explain
again-
myself?
No,
Can I please
because
explain
you
myself?
didn't let him
Stupid
finish.
criticism.
But he's over here just yelling at me.
I'm
And
not
I'm
yelling.
feeling
Let him
attacked, and I
finish
don't
his
like when men
statement.
do that to me. It makes me feel afraid. So I'm just saying,
Yeah,
just take
I'm
the
not
calm down,
even
bro.
close to that yet. Yeah, I'm not even close yet to being like 10 out of 10. Okay, these people have all seen me when I'm 10 out of 10. I'm not even fucking close yet. So it's crazy. But your source that you cited, which was the UN, you cited that incorrect. And
Actually,
I hope you understand
I didn't
that. So
cite the UN.
No,
I never.
no,
This whole time on this
holy
panel, I
fuck.
never cited it.
You cited the UN source.
didn't.
I know for a
I
fact that
didn't.
you did because that's where most
did not.
conservatives get their fucking information.
I did
on
not
the fucking
actually.
K number
I didn't
wrong.
cite at all.
Yes,
I
they
didn't cite it at
oftentimes-
all.
Holy shit! You can't even let me finish the statement. Then you said that I'm getting triggered. It's crazy. Like control your emotions.
Because you're doing
please,
a
for
straw
2
man right
seconds.
now, and I don't want you to
Holy
argue
shit,
with
yes.
wallpaper.
The straw. What is the straw man here? Please explain the straw man.
No.
Okay. So again, she was citing her source incorrectly, Brad and Brobot and whoever else was arguing for her. Whenever she says 14K persecuted or unalived ethnically Russian people from the years 2014 to 2017, that is
misskewed by a fuck ton. The numbers that were reported by the UN were both pro-separatists and Ukrainians.
Thank you, JD, because you're absolutely right. Like, it's kind of hard to like. I'm sorry I get so frustrated, but she just sits there and just like says this, and it's like so like provably wrong. And she just was black and white. What about America? And it's like, really, if we're gonna have an
all right, chill. What, you guys are freaking the fuck out too. I don't understand why.
So yeah, I mean, most of those people, if you want to like actually use an appeal to authority here, most of those people weren't even civilians. Most of those people who were unalive during that period of time were combatants.
Exactly. They were, the little green men came in and they were stirring up rebellion, and that's what caused the infighting. That's where that was. But I was saying that if you justify and say, well, Russia can do whatever they want because some Russians got killed in Ukraine, I was trying to say when Russia invaded and wiped out 5 million people and led people to cannibalism by surrounding cities and starving them, what is Ukraine's authority then? What can they do to Russia at that point then? You know what I mean? Like, so I was just throwing it back.
Yeah, I did that earlier with the Berlin airlift.
Okay. I didn't cite the UNJD. I actually didn't use a citation for that.
Where did you get your number then?
14,000 number comes from the Kremlin. We can use American statistics.
I'm sorry, hold on.
We can use...
I'm sorry.
I wasn't finished.
If the president of the United States were to unalive 14,000 Native Americans, and then he told you those Native Americans were unalived by the Democrats, is that an objective perspective or is that a subjective perspective?
I'm sorry, but when the United States cites numbers, we are okay with using the numbers that they cite, but we would never use Russian or Chinese numbers. So I'm just giving you a citation from a different point of view. I didn't cite the UN, by the way. I really want
to here. What makes you think that the Kremlin is a trusted or viable source?
Well, the United States isn't a trusted or viable source, and yet I use them as a source sometimes as well. I'm just going with the available. I'm going with the available information. I'm getting a parallel. It's not what about it. It's a parallel.
He asked you about the Kremlin. Why you trust the Kremlin? And your response is, why do I trust the U.S.? That's a whataboutism. So why do you trust the Kremlin?
What I'm saying is because if I trust the U.S., who has also done horrible things, then I can trust the Kremlin, who has also done horrible things.
Why do you trust the Kremlin?
That's crazy, B.
It's somebody making a statement.
Crazy. I just got back.
It's making a.
You know that's crazy.
I'll ask it another way. Why do you find sources from the Kremlin
I didn't even get to finish answering, bro. Okay. I didn't even get to finish answering.
Okay.
I don't really find any sources all that trustworthy.
Okay.
And hear me out. So I don't find all sources trustworthy at all, honestly. But if you're going to cite to me a different number, I will cite to you a counter argument to that. We have to see all angles of something. I'm sorry, we don't just get to say, the Russians have done horrible things over the years, so we cannot trust them. Well, that means that we cannot trust our numbers either.
So comparative to the Ukrainians, what makes the Kremlin more viable as a source? Because clearly you only cited the Kremlin so far, rather than talking about the mass amount of casualties that occurred on the Ukrainian side when you cited that statistic.
I would say that in war, it's really hard, and this is going to be, like I've said this whole entire time, I'm neither pro side on either thing, so it's going to be a disappointing answer to you guys because you really want me to be MAGA right now, but I can't be that for you because I'm not. But I would say that the number's probably somewhere in the middle of what you stated and what I stated. That numbers during wartime fever and fog are hard to understand, but I do not just side with Ukraine and the US, and I do not just side with Russia. I think that they're probably somewhere in the middle.
No, I don't think that number is in the middle. I think the UN is more correct than the Kremlin on this. The matter of the fact that they were even able to have a bipartisan number that said that, yeah, both people who were ethnically Russian that were combatants and people who were ethnically Ukrainian who were combatants unalived, that is the 14,000 number. And you're sitting here and going, no. It was 14,000 ethnic Russians in totality. that is a skewed number. And then you're saying that, hey, the Kremlin is a more viable source than the fucking Ukrainians or the UN or the Americans, which I don't even disagree. I probably do have a bias towards American intelligence, but that's because we have a fucking firm grip on our intelligence and we use other nations to get our own intelligence.
We have a firm grip on our intelligence.
Yeah, but do you think they're really giving us the right numbers? Like, do you trust the government?
They're not.
And if you do, in what capacity?
It's your government. It's your government, B. And Rosa, like,
do you trust the government?
Sorry, not B. Rosa, it's your government. It's the person that you elected. It's the Congress.
I wouldn't trust.
It's the
Yeah, but
House.
I don't trust any of them, and I never have.
I don't trust them either, CS. What are you talking about?
Okay, Mojo. Okay, Mojo.
That's
so you're gonna play both
sauce.
wings? Mojo, are you playing both wings right now?
No, but when it comes out of a committee, if the numbers come out of a committee rather than by like the Bureau of Labor and Statistics or something like that, then yeah,
They're not even right numbers
trustworthy.
either. Like, look,
Look at
everyone goes
Palestine.
off for crime,
Look at
right? Everyone
Palestine.
goes off the FBI's statistics, right, for crime. Y'all know that the police department isn't required to or obligated to report any of the crime, right? They do it out of.
No, that's
I
not
don't
true.
believe this
That's not true.
nonsense. I'm not buying into that crap, by the way.
Oh no, it's true. Go look it up.
That's not true whatsoever.
And also,
Y'all don't
already,
trust the UN.
if one person commits several crimes like robbery, Grand Theft Auto, and Schmurda, if they are going to report anything, they're only going to report the worst crime. Go look it up, CS. I swear to God.
No, Rosa,
Y'all
Rosa,
don't
hold
trust
on. Let me
the
grab my
UN.
laptop. I'm frantic right now, looking for my laptop, because that's fucking not true.
Yes, it is. They're not obligated to report it. CS, go ahead.
No,
Y'all do not trust the UN.
that's insane.
How many times
No,
are
I
you gonna
don't.
say that, robot?
I don't trust the UN. I don't trust the UN. That's why I say that I think the number is probably somewhere in the middle of what me and JD have talked about. If we look at Gaza and Palestine, this is the perfect example. I think everyone on this panel is well aware the number is over 70,000 at this point. Come on. They do bombing campaigns on that region every single day. You're going to tell me only 70,000 are unalived? I think the UN's bumped the number up to 200 now. You're going to tell me only 200,000 are unalived when we can see it from the freaking space satellites that it looks flattened. So yeah, the UN gets things wrong, and I do think that they do Western back propaganda. I'm not the only one who thinks this. Many countries have complained about this, and lest we forget, who has the veto power in the UN and what powers have that veto power.
They voluntarily.
Russia has veto power too.
report it. Yes, voluntarily. They're not obligated to.
Hold. I'm getting my laptop.
It's always been that way, by the way. The FBI crime statistics, it's always been that way. Those are kept by local communities that are sent up to counties, that are sent up to states, and then the states decide whether they want to report them or not, how they're going to report them. I mean, they can't.
No, the
force
police
states.
department itself is not obligated to report every single one. Like I was saying, if the 3 crimes are
they
committed
can't.
and it's murder, they're going to report the worst one.
Yeah, the FBI can't force states or local police departments to report things. They can't force them to do that.
Are you agreeing with me, Mojo?
Yeah, I understand that that's happening, but it's always happened that way. That's
I know.
how
I
it
was just
changed.
informing people because maybe people didn't know that.
Oh.
Well, that's why I'm saying that statistics and stuff like that, the statistics might not be right from our government.
Oh, wait. I can't agree with you, though, so you're just fucking wrong.
Yeah, let me ask a simple question here to try to push the needle forward. And by push the needle forward, being the test to see like how much we actually understand about the Donbass region. The 298 passengers of Malaysia Airlines MH217, I think it was, or MH17, either one of those numbers, I forget the actual fucking designation. What caused that? By chance?
Bermuda Triangle.
No, shut the fuck up, Mojo.
Bad weather. It was bad weather, JD. It was not
Aliens.
Russia. It was bad weather.
It was aliens.
You're all being mean, and I fucking hate you. I hope you. Never
What's
mind,
my
I can't say
name,
that.
JD?
Russian-backed forces. That's the answer I was looking for. Russian-backed forces shut down.
Yeah, they were
Airlines
Saudis, though. I'm telling you, they were
MH17,
Saudis. They're good
which
at
held up to 298 passengers, most of which were civilian, 13 of which were Dutch. So the idea that the Ukrainians, and specifically the Azov battalion, are a bunch of fascists is a stupid, unfounded idea.
All right, what am I, Rosa? What was your argument? Sorry, JD. Rosa, what was your argument?
That there are
That the police department is not obligated to report all crimes to the FBI.
Wait, that's not even an argument. Of course they're not. Like,
well, that was what I said. What did you think I said, CS?
No, I'm sorry if I misunderstood the first time you said it. If there's a petty theft, they're not going to report that to the FBI.
Right, but what did you think I said?
I
say no.
No, I think the disconnect, if I
really
may.
confused because that was nothing I would agree to, but Brad, go ahead.
I think, and Mojo alluded to it, is the disconnect is that's the way it's always been. So the statistics that come out, if you see a change, we can agree that that change is accurate according to the statistics data. It's not that there's bad data. It's that they don't have 100% of the data because police departments aren't required to report. But I mean, it's been that way. So
it's only been like that since 1930, by the way.
But if all the same,
that's 100 fucking years. That's 100 fucking years. What the fuck?
I'm just saying, if all the same police departments continue to report, and you see a decrease, we can also just agree that if 70% of police departments are reporting, that's enough information to say there's statistically going to be a decrease. Like the data is fine.
But you can see where I'm saying it's still inaccurate, right?
Hold on. Now I have to ask: is it only because it's been since 1930 because that's when the FBI was created?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know the answer to that. What are you crazy?
You broke her. You broke her brain.
I don't know the answer to that, Mojo. When was the FBI created?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it was right around 1930.
I'll look it up 1 second. But I think it was probably around that time.
Alexa, when was the FBI created?
I want to say 50s, but that's just a guess.
This is 1908.
Alexa, did the FBI fake the moon landing?
Really? It was
official. It was it was founded in 1908, but you're right. 1935 was the official. That's when it changed to FBI because it used to be Bureau of Investigation. Then it says FBI is in official 1935, but it did kind of start in 1908.
That's
Mojo.
why it started in 1930.
Mojo, are you on your phone? Because it seems like it. If you can move me around.
I am on my phone. Yeah.
All right. Can you make a larger panel and 2 spots at the top?
Yeah, I can.
All right, thank you. Yeah, 1908.
If you need me to drop, feel free.
No. We're making more spots. Oh.
Have I ever dropped
that?
you?
But hello.
No, only CS.
Oh wait, I did drop you once.
Did you? Why? What was I saying? What radical shit was I saying?
You dropped me.
Scientology.
I dropped you because you dropped her.
No, I think I dropped first.
So
maybe you did.
I've
never dropped you, Rosa. Never, not once.
Rosa, we wouldn't drop you. We like you being here.
Now that we've been through the government press conversation once again, do y'all believe that the government actually knows aliens exist?
You can call her gorgeous. You just
aliens
call her
exist.
lady.
I said
so
honey.
You trust the government on that?
Oh, okay.
Do aliens exist? I don't know. You said aliens exist?
Well, the government says they do. Do you trust them?
No.
Personally, I think Mark Zuckerberg is an alien.
You know what? Also, the Tesla guy, right? Elon Musk and Peter Thiel, they all look weird, right?
No, I don't think Elon Musk is an alien. I think he's a fucking dork as all.
Total aliens, bro.
That's
no,
all.
And I don't. There's no proof yet, right? If there is any proof, there's nothing.
What was that movie? I think Brobot would know what I'm talking about. There was a movie a while back that was kind of similar to this, but it wasn't the one where the guy puts on the glasses and he's with Keith David. It's the one where he discovers that the aliens are living below the fucking planet and they're trying to create artificial gases or whatever the fuck and for some evil scheme, and so he goes to a radio tower and tries to fucking expose the truth.
What are we talking about right now?
The Arrival.
With Charlie.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, with Charlie Sheen. Jeez.
With her knees bent backwards. That movie scared the shit out of me when I was
like a gazelle.
That was a good movie, though.
Can we reel it back in here?
Yeah, I mean, the movies that I remember, like not trusting the
Can
government,
we
would be
not?
like National Treasure.
Can we not? Can we not?
Yeah, we got to get back to politics, guys. Just for a baseline.
I just got to get a hold of the Constitution now.
I'm asking a kind of a question: is the claims that the America does the same thing as Russia when we actually had monitored elections, deemed them fair, and Ukraine elected somebody who leaned towards Russia, who eventually got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, fled the country, and lives in a Russian neighborhood that they have established for failed dictators because they don't have a lot of retirement options.
Are they non-extraditionary?
No,
Russia?
you mistake me. I think the U.S. is much worse than Russia. And I know this because I look at, again, thousands and thousands of hours of CIA redacted files, and what we did to all of South America alone, that continent will probably never recover. From how many CIA-backed coups that we have done. I can talk about the Contras in Nicaragua. I could talk about Guatemala. I could talk about Bolivia. I could talk about all of that.
Eastern part of Eurasia.
But
We're just
that
going to
was
forget what they did.
by the way, we have meddled in every single election in every single country in South America except 2.
We've given them a lot of money, right, to fix themselves?
We were just protecting American, ethnic Americans. There you go. That's why we were in South America.
That is a crock of shit that I cannot believe that you shoveled into your mouth.
Trying to raise the bait and it's working.
Well, no fucking shit.
Yes,
it was a crock of shit when the Russians said it.
Guys, hold on one second. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Mojo was trying to say something. Mojo, did you want to say something?
Yeah, what the fuck? Civics, now she sounds just like you.
How is me stating what we did in South America simping for
No, that's
Russia?
the 80% I agree with. That's the 80% I agree with.
He made a comparison between, he said that America was better than Russia and that we're not like Russia. That's what Brad said. And so then I just countered that with, we are much worse than Russia. That does not mean Russia is not bad. No. Don't misquote me. Russia is bad. We are just worse. There are levels to this shit.
I'm sorry. B. Brad was trying to respond to you.
I think Mojo was trying to say something.
Well, I mean, he was interrupting.
No, hold on one second. Hold on one second.
I'm good.
Yeah, hold on one second. I got it. Brad was gonna respond. Go ahead.
Yeah, all I'm trying to say is that pointing to stuff that was done a very long time ago and comparing it to things that are done today, I would say, as far as the election meddling in the last 30 years, I mean, Russia just got caught a few months ago in Georgia. Like, show me the equivalent of the U.S. meddling in elections in the last 30 years compared to
Congo 2024. Congo 2024. We just did an election meddling with Venezuela just now. What we are threatening to do in Greenland. What we did to Libya. I mean, my God, what we did to Libya. That used to be the most prosperous country in Africa. Did you know that?
But we just
people were getting raised out of poverty at levels that we couldn't even imagine.
But
and we overthrew that government.
Okay, say your point.
So I'm not saying that.
Stop talking and let me
Hold on, B. Let him respond, please. Back and forth, and then I'll make sure he doesn't interrupt you as well, please.
But I'm saying is that Niger had a coup recently when we were there. We had a military base there. We had two bases there in Agadez and in Niamey, and we conceded the point. We left and Russia moved in. We allowed the country who was a fledgling democracy to fall to a military coup, and we left gracefully. And Russia moved in, and like this is what happens. I think the way that we maybe did business years ago is not the same. But I would point that Georgia had to redo their election because of Russian meddling, and Russia has been meddling in the U.S. elections recently as well.
Can I ask for clarification? So are you referring to the Democratic Republic of the Congo or the Republic of the Congo? Because they're two different things, B. Just when I'm reading.
I believe it was
so
the DRC.
Educated. I'm just reading.
No, it's all good. I believe it was the DRC.
I'm sorry, what?
I believe it was the DRC.
DRC.
Okay. So that was 2023 you're referring to?
2024.
No, it said the election was held in 2023. It was.
I could be getting the dates wrong.
That's okay.
You could be. Also, Brad, you're just going to have to accept a lot of these criticisms with a grain of salt, because as much as she is using it as a basis to say that Russia is the better of the two people when it comes to Russia versus Ukraine, she's not necessarily wrong in all of these criticisms.
I understand that, but I'm saying is the way that we've done business over the last 30 years, and what I'm talking about is Russia today versus the U.S. today. That's the discussion we're having. To point to shit during the 60s and try to hold the current version of whatever organization, such as the CIA, accountable. Today's America, it's different.
What did we do in Bolivia? What did Elon Musk get quoted saying during Trump's, I believe, his last election, or it could have been the beginning of Biden's? What did he get quoted saying? He said about Bolivia, we will coup whoever the F we want. Why? Because Bolivia had cobalt mines that we wanted.
I didn't elect Elon Musk. He's not part of the CIA.
It doesn't matter. They follow him. The CIA turns in and they follow exactly what Elon Musk says.
I just have a question here. Would you rather trust American imperialism or Russian imperialism? Because Russian imperialism is real right now. As much as you want to give credence,
American isn't. American isn't.
Stop. As much as you want to give credence to the idea that Russians are not imperialists right now, they did have plans specifically of taking over Belarus, right? Putin had his hand up the Belarusian president's ass. That's how he was able to get into Kiev during the initial months of the 2022 invasion.
Danko.
Okay. I'm going to say it slower this time. And I'm getting a little defensive.
Oh my God.
Simply because I'm not being heard.
Girl.
I'm not being heard. I've said it about 10 times on this panel. I neither support Russia nor the United States. The difference between that is, though, during this entire panel, I have been able to call out the United States equally as I have been able to call out Russia. If you guys do not understand that, I don't know how much slower I can say it.
I'm
Did
just
the
gonna be
class
honest.
hear it
Yeah,
in the
I'm going to
back?
be very honest and frank because I'm not slow. Your centrist position is stupid compared to mine. Mine is more consistent because I can say that American imperialism is bad, but then I can also say that Russian imperialism is bad, which is why I asked you the question to begin with.
I'll say it again. Real slow.
How about you not?
No,
How about
please
you
don't.
not?
I don't want
Please
to.
don't.
No, you're not going to do any of that shit.
What about
You guys, but am I wrong? Have I not been saying it on this panel the entire time? Every time you guys bring up a
It
good
doesn't
point
fucking
about
matter.
Russia,
Yeah, you're both. Yeah,
I
you're both sides
am-
bullshit. Yeah, your both sides bullshit is fucking annoying as fuck. Just the same when MAGA does it. It's annoying coming from you too.
I want to say it was August 2014. Mikhail Gorbachev actually spoke to the not one more inch westward, right? And he spoke to that and said it was never discussed as part of the treaty, and that it wasn't in writing. It was something that was spoken where somebody was reprimanded on a diplomatic level who spoke out of turn, and it was never codified into any doctrine. So when you say that it was written down as part of the
I
doctrine,
never said that. I never said
did
that.
say
You
that.
guys, I have never made the claim. I know exactly what was said. It was said between Gorbachev and a U.S. ambassador. I know
Correct.
what was said. It was not written down in writing. I know that. I would never say that because I know that as a fact of what was said.
Why are you bringing it up though as a justification for Russia's actions when
Because,
Russia
again-
never negotiated that point?
Because again, as an American, if somebody did that on my border, I would be scared shitless. Somebody that we have an active conflict. Hell, if Russia came and started doing nuclear or started doing military exercises on our border, I would be scared shitless. So I am giving them that same grace.
And
That's it.
here's a
It's very
merry-go-round.
simple.
Here's a
I know,
merry-go-round.
it's
because I brought it up
exhausting.
It's the same
multiple
stupid
times.
argument, and you were proven wrong over and over again. You're talking about fucking NATO, which is a defensive organization, a defensive pact, a defensive treaty, has nothing to do with attacking anybody. They have never attacked anybody. So for them to be scared about a fucking defensive organization is fucking ridiculous. And for you to use that as a justification is also fucking ridiculous.
What did
They did
Russia
have
say
plans.
they were
They
doing?
did have plans in the
Like,
50s and 60s
Korea's
to
really worried.
attack
No,
Russia.
they didn't. No, they
Attacking them?
didn't. Bullshit.
Do you
Well,
really
I feel
think
like-
North Korea is sitting there worrying every time that South Korea does a freaking training exercise
Yes,
that South Korea
they
suddenly
do.
gonna? No, they don't really. They
Yes,
don't.
they
Because
do.
it's defensive. Right?
Why
It's
is it that
all
we?
propaganda when they go, we're scared because they know it's not going to happen. What does that lead to, B? What does that lead to? Like, you're kidding yourself. This is my
She's
point.
gonna
No, it's
she's
not.
just going to repeat another talking point now.
And this is why I
It's
get
not.
mad.
It's
I'm sorry,
not,
but
dude. They are afraid. It's reason why North Korea is
Just go
afraid.
to you guys. Just go to Twitter. You can get all those fucking talking points off of Twitter right now.
That's extremely disrespectful, Mojo.
I'm sorry, but that's
Nice.
exactly what you're doing. This is fucking MAGA talking points. We've heard all this shit from MAGA. Exactly, verbatim.
Everyone keeps asking me these questions. You should tell your panelists to stop asking me questions about it.
Because your answers are wrong.
Far and you go so far right, you meet at the fucking middle. I don't know what it is. Like, you guys, like, you go so far left and you go so far right. Like, you guys are on the same talking points. Like, it's annoying.
Let's get back to the
hold on.
facts.
Let me ask a question, Brad. real
JD,
quick.
1 second.
Oh,
I've been
hold on.
trying to get this point out, please.
Yes,
So
go ahead,
what
Brad.
did Russia say that they were building up troops on the Ukrainian border for 6 months? What did they say they were doing there? What did they tell the Biden administration?
I don't think Mojo wants to talk, and it's his panel, and I don't want to step on toes because he obviously doesn't want to talk about it. We could change the subject.
It's okay. There was somebody in the comments who wanted to come up. I will invite them up and I'll let them up. So
Let me say what my point was.
Go
So
ahead, Brad.
Russia said that they were just doing exercises. So you're sitting here saying that exercises on a border is incorrect. Russia's entire narrative was that they were doing exercises on the border. That's what they told Kamala Harris when she was in Germany, and they met. That's what they had said for months. They assured the Biden administration, and that's what they told Lloyd Austin when he actually met with them, is that they were just running exercises. So if you're saying America be mad if Russia did it, Russia was doing it to Ukraine. So
Because Ukraine and NATO were doing it far before Russia started doing it.
Oh, they did it first?
Dude, it's just the history of
there was a
it.
civil war in eastern Ukraine. You don't think it's pertinent? You don't think that's
When did
pertinent
we
at all?
start doing it? No, hold on, B. When did we start doing it first to Russia? You're acting like there was some point in time where
Cold
Russia
War.
was this. Oh, so
It
when
was
was
like the 50s when
Oh
they
my
put
gosh.
nukes in Turkey.
Yeah, I brought that up. They don't like
Yeah,
that.
sure.
So don't bring that
That
up.
happened right before the Cuban Missile Crisis.
doing stuff?
Let me ask this question because it seems like we keep trying to duck and dodge like fucking Jake Paul during the Anthony Joshua fight around this one specific fact.
I don't
Do
know
you
that
guys think that
reference. I'm
Yankovic? Do you think that Yankovic had all the logical justification to turn down the EU agreement?
Don't use references like that. That was fucking stupid.
You're talking about Yanukovych, not Yankovic.
Yanukovych.
Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean.
Like Weird Al? Are we talking about Weird Al now? Sorry.
Question still stands. Are you going to answer it or no?
No, Ukraine was never a sovereign country, ever. It was always either
Not the question I asked. You going to answer the question I asked?
I'm in the middle of answering it. If you want me to finish answering it, I will.
Not even close to the question that I asked. You're pivoting into some other fucking topic.
You're asking if Yanukovych was a Russian puppet.
Did he have
Is that not the question you're asking?
Did he have all the logical justification to turn down the EU agreement?
Logical justification?
No, he didn't. His people actually wanted it. He made assurances that he was going to actually open up trade with Europe, and then he went back on his word in the 11th hour.
Right.
And
What is the point of asking the
took a
question?
fucking loan because he was leading you to this conclusion, which is the reality of what happened. And then he took a loan.
Was that he was a Russian puppet? Everybody knows that. That was the point I was making. The point I was making is that there's no world in which the Ukraine would be an independent nation that wasn't either a puppet of the West or Russia.
Ukraine's been a sovereign nation since 1991.
Can he please finish?
Well, it's the fact is Ukraine's been a sovereign nation since 1991.
And when was the first time that there was a movement for Donbass and Luhansk independence? What year did that start?
Are you talking about 2008?
1992. Immediately that started. Right? This is the thing. There were people that did not want to be part of Ukraine that whole time. The whole time.
But tough
right?
shit. But the Pew
here's the
Research
thing.
report.
Why did Ukraine get to be a country, but they didn't? Why did Moldova get to be a country, and then these other places did? This all has to do with the breakup of the Soviet Union and how things were split up at the time, right? And so this idea that this all started in 2022 when Russia went over the border is ridiculous. right? This is a long-standing problem that comes from the fall of the Soviet Union and what happened with the nuclear weapons, what happened with the borders at the time, the history of the border of Ukraine changing during the Soviet era, which it did, right? Like, there's a lot of things going on here.
Yes. So your novel idea here, this fantasy that you're posing, that the two situations in which Ukraine becomes a puppet of the EU and Ukraine becomes a puppet of Russia, that those are somehow equivocal, they're not. The EU-Ukraine agreement, the EU-Ukraine agreement that was signed, they still would have had sovereignty. Of course, as being part of the EU, there are certain things they probably would have had to abide by, such as judicial and anti-corruption, such as judicial and anti-corruption reform, which was part of the fucking terms
EU
of the
has
agreement.
sovereignty.
But other than that, yeah, they practically got their own rule.
Nobody in the fucking EU has sovereignty. What happened when Greece wanted to assert its sovereignty back in 2008? What happened to Greece? Right? They didn't have sovereignty. The ministries in Europe, the banking ministry said that, like, we will not let elections change economic policy. That's what they said. There's no this idea that was going to be a thing. That's laughable. Like, if you're part of the EU, you don't have sovereignty over your money supply. Period.
I heard your claim, Rick. Now I'm gonna prove everything you said wrong. We'll start with the Ukrainians want to maintain current borders. Right, this is from the Pew Research report poll in 2014, and there's West and East Ukraine, and the only Crimea had 54% want to allow regions to secede, and that was Crimea, right? But amongst Russian speakers, it was to remain united was 12%, and then 34% didn't know. That was the only one that actually had a positive vote. East Ukraine, even amongst Russian speakers, 58% wanted to remain united with Ukraine. In East, 70% overall, and 93%. So I understand. Hear me out. Let me land my plane.
I just want the year.
2014.
2014. Yeah. Let me land my plane on this too. So it was May 8th, 2014. The main thing is, just because some people wanted to secede is a justification for fuck all. Texas has talked about seceding from the Union. It doesn't give them like the right to just throw away and choose to secede. Countries don't allow that. It requires a democratic process.
Hold the same heat for Taiwan. Hold the same heat for Taiwan, then.
I do. And Taiwan has voted to not reunify with China.
I'm sorry. I want to continue.
That's never happened. What are you talking about? Taiwan voted?
I'm sorry, Brad. I don't want to take away. I don't want to take away from you, but I want to continue to hold this guy to the fire. So when you refer to what happened in Greece during 2008, are you referring to the 2008 Greek riots where you can visibly find no fucking traces that the European Union stepped in?
No, I'm talking about their financial system.
Financial system.
There was show me, yes, the financial system, which is like what wars are about. I don't know if you know this, but the shit in Ukraine has to do. The reason that Europe is so tied into this is because they basically jacked a bunch of Russian assets at the beginning of the war that they can't fucking pay back, and so they're stuck with it. They're stuck with fucking Ukraine. This is all about finance. It's about who owns the minerals underneath the ground in the eastern part of Ukraine. That's what the war's over, obviously.
Okay, did the EU actively bail out Greece? Wait, hold on.
Whoa, hold on, JD. No, Rick, can you show me where you found or what source you have for this 1992 revolt? Luhansk, Donetsk?
It wasn't, did I say it was a revolt? I didn't say it was a revolt. I said
referendum.
There were organizations formed in 1992, movements that were formed. One of the lefty political parties that they fucking banned at the beginning of the Ukraine war was founded then specifically for that. They wanted an independent Luhansk. Like, that was the thing for a long, long fucking time.
So, I mean, the KKK was founded in America. It doesn't fucking change anything.
What does that have to do with this at all?
Exactly. What the fuck does founding a group have to do with the goddamn thing?
We're missing here, Brobot, which is our own civil war. It's like the South wanted to secede, so what are you saying? They're right because they wanted to secede and maintain slavery? Like, what's your point, Rick?
I mean, it's also close to what happened in Yugoslavia with the opposite outcome. The Yugoslavian Civil War.
We're not talking about Yugoslavia. Would you just answer the damn question?
What's your point, dude?
Well, you're saying it's like a civil war. Yes, it's a civil war. Like, civil wars are like other civil wars.
That Russia intervened in and is now trying to take over the whole country. So, like, what's your point?
Sure, well, I mean, France intervened on behalf of the North in the U.S. Civil War.
They could have done it peacefully, but what they did was they invited Russia in, didn't they? They invited Russia in, little green men, to fight the war with them.
Russia was already...
Are we going to pretend that didn't happen? Rick,
Well,
or are we gonna?
there's already a Russian.
You realize
base
that's what the Confederacy
Can you
wanted
guys
themselves.
please
Was
go
to
one at a
get
Can you
time?
stop? You're
international
asking me
support.
questions.
Can you guys
You want me to
please go
answer?
one at a time? It's very distracting. Thank you.
Yeah, Spicy, you asked him like 3 questions and then you just kept talking over him.
Yeah,
Well,
meme,
also, it's
you've been doing this all night. I hate
everyone's
you
being a
to
problem. Sorry, Mojo. Go ahead.
No, meme's been doing it all night though. I need you to stop doing that.
Fair enough.
Yes, there's a civil war in Ukraine. It started around 2014 when Crimea was annexed or seceded, depending on how you want to look at it. And in the eastern part of the country, you have a bunch of ethno-nationalists on both sides launching rockets into each other's apartment complexes. And Russia, lo and behold, sided with the ethnic Russians in that. Is that a big surprise? Like,
they're not. No, wait,
Russians
hold on.
live
I would be
there.
good faith here. I would say that's not surprise, given the fact that this is probably something that even prior to those events that Putin was planning. Again, this is not a guy who is just anybody. This is someone who is part of the KGB and probably wants the Soviet Union back.
The Soviet, he said so many times he does it, and nobody wants the Soviet Union back because the Soviet Union.
Are you sure? Wait,
yes,
hold on.
I'm sure of that.
I know I brought it up before.
I wish that was true.
I know I brought it up. Hold on.
I
know I brought it up. I know I brought it up.
Rick.
Does he want me to answer the question?
I know I brought it up. I know I brought it up.
JD, stop.
Jay,
JD,
you're gonna
stop. Let me
stop
help.
too. Jesus.
Rick, hold on. Let JD finish. And then when he's done, you can answer. I understand that you guys have opposing views. Let them finish, and then you can tell him exactly how you feel, and then we'll understand your argument better. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I know I brought it up before, but the guy firmly has his hand up the ass of the Belarusian president. The idea that he was able to mobilize troops within Belarus to get into Kiev, he probably does want the Soviet Union back. Even if you discard that or discredit that, the matter of the fact that he leaked plans of taking
All right,
Poland.
JD, you gotta land it so Rick can answer.
And he actively mobilizes troops at the border of Poland. That tells me he's probably planning something. Yeah.
Can I also correct the record here, real quick, Rick, on something you said about the secession efforts, right? When you talk about ethnic Russians, Crimea is the only place that actually has a majority of ethnic Russians at 58.3%.
Sure, so we should let Azov slaughter minorities.
You have to stop.
Let me finish. So Luhansk is at 39%. So even if every ethnic Russian in Luhansk wanted to secede, that is not justification. They don't have a majority. And then I go to the Pew Research poll that shows that that's not even remotely accurate. So in no world did the people in Luhansk, Donetsk, and in Kharkiv want to secede from Ukraine. That is bullshit.
There you go, Brad. That's what I was looking at as well.
That were getting missiles launched into their apartment complexes were the ones that wanted to secede, though. You see how that's relevant?
No, because
they were. See how that's relevant?
No, so there was little green men there that stirred up revolutionaries and people that wanted to rebel. They funded it, they equipped them, and it was Russian military working with small groups to make them bigger. And Ukraine what were they going to do? Not take military actions against
the
people
Ukrainian
that were
army
military?
didn't.
No, hold on.
We're not talking about the Ukrainian army. We're talking about armed bands of Nazis doing this. Like, are we kidding right now?
Rick, what did this start with?
It wasn't the Ukrainian military that was doing it.
Rick, it started with Crimea being annexed by Russia. Like Crimea gets annexed, Luhansk and
already
Donetsk
had a military base. The military base, the Russian military base in Crimea was there the entire time Ukraine existed. They didn't suddenly put military into the place. It was there in Sevastopol the entire fucking time.
Rick,
it's like
but you get what I'm saying?
Like,
what I'm saying is Crimea was annexed and then Luhansk and Donetsk kick off. So I don't get what you're saying here.
Also, too, to say that the
Russia
AFU,
is an instigator.
I'm sorry, Spacey. I don't mean to take away from you, but to say that the AFU, which is the official national military for Ukraine, was not deployed into those conflict zones, that is a crazy statement. I hope you recognize that. The siege of Sloviansk was primarily fought by the AFU, yes?
Jesus fucking Christ, you goddamn fans.
So you're saying the Ukrainian military was launching missiles into apartment complexes?
I think my original claim was, like you can quote that
that's what I said.
Wait, I think my original claim was you can quote that there are civilian. I don't even know how long you were here. You can quote that there were civilian losses whenever you cite like the UN number of the 14,000 or fucking Kremlin's fucking source of 14,000 here. You can say that, like, for example, MH17, Malaysian Airlines MH17 was civilian losses. Yeah, you can cite those things. I don't give a fuck.
What is that in the background?
That is my Hotachuan.
I just like love how everybody
they're fans. They're fans. They're fans in his fucking laptop that are going crazy.
Oh, okay.
Which are also driving me fucking crazy now.
But he said it was a Pokemon.
Well, he was being a dipshit.
Okay. There was
I just don't think you guys are able to say like Russian imperialism is bad. And I'm sorry, Civics. Go ahead.
Well, imperialism is a different thing than what's going on.
But it is like, imperialism, and I would say, hold on, I was in the middle of something.
What? He just interrupted him.
I was interrupted.
Everyone, he has been talking to 6 people at once.
It was dead silent. It was dead silent for like
Civics
30 seconds when I started
Civics
talking.
has not spoken, I don't think. Maybe I'm not paying attention well enough, but Civics has not spoken in a minute, so let Civics speak. What the fuck, you guys?
Yeah.
Sorry, he completely interrupted Rick. That's why I said that.
Okay. I would say that this talking point that Putin wants to restart the Soviet Union is wrong. I would say that Putin probably more likely would want to restart what the Tsarist Russia. He wants to be king. He wants to have influence in the former Soviet satellite states, absolutely. But he by no means is making a Soviet fucking a Soviet Union with communist and like with a communist agenda. That is not what he is doing. By more than anything, he wants to become a czar. That's what I think he's trying to do. He's obsessed with old Russian history. He loves to rewrite it. He constantly talks about it. But the one thing that he wants is he wants Kiev intact because he has admiration for Kiev because of the Kievan Russian history. That's what he wants. That's all I wanted to fucking say.
I don't primarily care. I can go either way on this argument, Civics. At the end of the day, I still agree with you, which is the base premise is the means to get that outcome is going to be wrong.
Hey, Rick, where would you say that you fall politically?
Did Rick get a thought out? He was just trying to respond to that.
Yeah, but I was about to say respond to what was just said, which is I think it's very silly to look at geopolitics about the whims of like individual leaders, even if they supposedly have unlimited power, which they clearly don't. Russia needs a warm water port. That's like the most pressing thing about Ukraine. That's why Crimea was so important, right? Is that when Russia lost political control in Ukraine, they could have lost that military base that they have in Crimea, which is very important to protect Russia's supply lines in the wintertime, right? That's fucking necessary as a country. No country wants to be landlocked. It is not great for countries that are landlocked anywhere in the world, right? And so, like, that's what that's about. That's like, it's access to the Black Sea. And Russia doesn't want to give that up.
But they extended that. So Yanukovych extended that because it was going to expire in like 2024 or something like that. I can't remember their ability. And he extended it like by 25 years. So they already had that codified in so they didn't have to go into Crimea. What happened is, I think during the Maidan revolution, it was known that Russia was super complicit. And it was not a coup, but it was so when that was going on, they were actually like Yanukovych was directing them to attack the citizens, and I think the blowback would have lost them Crimea, and they knew that, and that's when the invasion occurred. But that was because of Russia's meddling,
and not the coup. Right, that you're going to say didn't happen, even though we have phone recordings of the people from the American State Department talking about handpicking people for the government. Like,
Rick, bring sources for that.
Like no. Like there's
a phone call. Victoria Nuland.
Yes.
Go listen to her phone call. Listen.
I will
read about it.
address
Whatever. Listen to it. listen to her words
Left
on the recording,
All right.
and it
You're
seems
gonna have to
dead
stop.
fucking obvious what's going on.
You're gonna have to
like,
stop. Rick.
Can I address the Victorian
Yeah.
call?
Rick's just over here repeating himself too. God, I don't understand why liberals have to fucking do this shit.
So, the Victoria Nuland phone call, if her phone is tapped and all they have is her going, we as America would definitely prefer this person over this person, and you're saying that means America instituted a coup?
That's not what she said, though. She's giving directions, right? It's not, I prefer. She
What's
said,
Klitschko?
we're going to put this guy in, right? We need this guy, get this guy in, do that, right? Like, she's giving directions. It's we would like this to happen. She's saying, this is what's going to happen.
The Klitschko.
This is how we're going to do
Vitaly
things.
Klitschko.
Yeah, directions to who, Rick?
To one of the ambassadors in Ukraine, right?
Klitschko.
And
Yeah,
what do
okay,
they what
and
do they
then what
hold
were they
over the
gonna do?
elections? What do they hold over the state of Ukraine?
Oh my! What does the United States hold over Ukraine?
No, that particular person.
Billions
that
of dollars in
person that you're
investment?
citing, because
sorry, just go ahead.
Yanukovych was installed, but okay. Anyway, go ahead.
The point I was making is her making a statement that they'd rather have somebody that's pro-Western in power is evident. Like, yeah, that's fine. That there's no smoking pew pew there, right? Like, that is what's going to happen. But to say that what happened in Maidan wasn't organic and how it all started, and the quote unquote coup that you say that is happening is he fled in the middle of the night because he lied to his people, and the security forces that he used on his own people were too aggressive and got out of hand. And the fucking people of Kyiv came out and fucking said, "You're not going to do that to our fucking kids." That's how it all started.
Well, he's going to say you're wrong and that she was demanding it, which, by the way, I'm looking at the transcripts right now. There's no single statement she has made so far where she's demanding or directing any of this. It is, as exactly as the other two people have said, it is her simply giving her opinion piece on who she does think that is better.
I don't think Kilt should go into the government. Noland, I think Yachts is the guy, and you know what? Fuck the EU. No, exactly. That sounds like a command.
Sounds like what?
Sounds like they're calling the shots. Yeah.
And then not only that, but you have to think about what happens after. It's not just like this in a vacuum. It's what happens after.
Good.
What
I don't
happened
think
after?
any should
What
go
happened-
into
wait,
debating.
wait,
I don't
hold
think
on.
it's necessary. I don't
Hold
think
on,
it's a
what
good
happened
idea.
after? What happened?
Second
Wait,
one.
let's
Okay, go
let's
ahead.
talk about it. What happened after, though? B. B. What happened after? Because we can't talk about it in a vacuum. So, just curious. I don't know.
Well,
She
I
may
think
be
that,
busy.
like,
but that's
Absolutely
okay.
nothing.
I
That
understand.
every protest is just organic, and that there's no instigating things.
That's okay. It's okay,
is
B.
why.
I understand. Thank you for the comment. Alright, guys, we can move
Because
on.
it follows similar patterns of color revolutions that the U.S. has done in other places that everybody likes to fucking deny, even though there's tons of evidence for this kind of
My
action.
understanding
Like,
from that
seems
call,
to me,
but you
it seems
tell
to me
me.
when you have
Hey,
somebody,
JD.
I'm in the middle of a sentence.
Like, corrected him. Just talk. Are you going to
It
talk or
seems
no?
to me when you have. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, bye. Jesus fuck.
JD,
My understanding from that call, but you tell me, was that the big three were going into their own meeting and that Yacht is going to offer in that context a 3+1 conversation or 3+2 if you. Is that not how you understood it? She probably doesn't even know what the fuck she's saying. She's trying to get directions from other people. How the fuck is this guy gonna posit that she has any fucking power or authority here?
The main thing was, if this was the smoking gun, when you have somebody's phone tapped and you want to prove that they're trying to meddle in the U.S., to have such a loose, hey, we'd probably prefer this guy, and we know Russia's going to push back this way, and this is what, would be good for America. That's not a smoking gun. You would have something that was more direct, like the Russia says, no, install this guy, do this thing, right? There's nothing like that in the phone call. It's a speculative phone call that they took it to mean something for Russian bots. It's propaganda.
Yeah, and what position did Nuland have that she had that much authority to sway an entire coup?
True, and she was speaking to Pyatt, which was the ambassador, and then Klitschko was part of the conversation because he was somewhat of a moderate who leans west. And they were like, no, Klitschko's not like, somebody that we should back, because they were trying to mediate a deal, especially when you look at post the Maidan revolution. The president fucking up and fled to Russia. So the country's like, what do we do now? And they unanimously voted to reelect, to install someone else and then hold elections, which they did, because their constitution didn't have anything in it for when your president just fucking up and leaves, which is super reasonable.
Okay, so now I've reached the line that B here was trying to source or cite. Here we go. Okay, he's now gotten both Sari, so he's already referring to someone else that's giving direction or is already in a leading / authority position. Both Sari and Ban Ki-moon to agree that Sari could come in Monday or Tuesday, so that would be great. I think to help glue this thing and to have the UN help glue it, and, fuck the EU. So in other words, she's just giving intel that's already fucking... Okay, I can't. I'm gonna fucking jump if I continue to have this conversation. Someone else talk.
Me too. JD, take me with you. I'm on.
No one's forcing you to be up here, and you guys are the ones asking me questions.
I was already on the bridge.
At the end of the day, he does get put in, right? And it's not, if this all happened in a vacuum,
Yeah, he does get put in, but that wasn't your
Can
claim.
I not get interrupted?
JD, you gotta stop, JD.
You guys been jumping down my throat all night. You also jumped down Rick's throat so much so that he had to leave. I was so pissed when my kids started screaming that I had to miss on that.
I'm sorry, Rick didn't leave for that.
Oh no, he left for that. He was dog walking you guys. I heard the whole entire thing.
He wasn't dog walking.
He was dog walking.
I'm sorry.
That's why he couldn't.
Okay, that's bad. I take it back. You guys are also smart. You're the smartest
I
in the
need
world.
you guys to stop. I'm going to fucking boot every single last one of you motherfuckers. I'm just going to shut the live down. Stop doing this shit.
Yeah, your friend couldn't even acknowledge that the 2008 fucking
You interrupted
event that he was
me, and then
referring to
you
when it came to
keep
Greece, that
interrupting
the EU
me.
had nothing to do
You
with. It had
interrupted
primarily
me,
to do with the
bro.
fact that the US...
JD, you interrupted me. I was trying to finish. I wanted us all to stop. To say what I was saying. I do apologize for saying he dog walked you guys. He did not dog walk you guys. You had a good political back and forth. And I'm not being sarcastic, I'm being serious. At the end of the day, Yachts does become the PM. And if that had happened in a vacuum, I would say, you know what? Whatever, just a coincidence. But the US is known for doing coups. It is their specialty. They tried one in 2000, and I guess CS is right, 23, in the Congo. They do coups. This is like something that they're good at. We election meddle, we do it all the time. Do the Russians do it? Yes. Is it wrong? Yes.
Dude, I'm sorry. This is not going to help my cause, but there was a coup way back in the Panama Canal. Like, we've been doing coups for a long time, but whatever.
Yeah, and B, I'm going to say this. I completely agree with you. You're right that we do. But as a leftist, what bothers me is that people on the left tend to always take this NATO narrative and this pro-Putin narrative, when in reality, that coup, it's not even a fucking coup. It was a revolution. That revolution started in 2004 under the Orange Revolution. And the people were fucking tired of having Russian influence. They made it clear in 2004. 10 years later, they were tired of more fucking Russian influence in their country. They overthrew the one guy who they knew was pro-Russian, and they're like, well, give him a chance. And because he seems to be pro-Western, and they want to join the EU, and we're going to give him a chance. Then when he fucking betrayed them again, they had enough. I don't know where the CIA falls into that, but at the end of the day, the Ukrainian people have been fucking pissed, and they went to the streets and showed it. That's all. That's what happened. And I'm not discrediting other coups that the U.S. have been involved in. Absolutely. I just don't think that they played that big of a role in this one. The people were fucking pissed.
I mean, that's a fair assessment.
Did I mean?
And I could concede that can be true.
I mean, but I also would want to ask where the Panamanian coup came from. Like, where those people came from. Because that was a coup put together from the United States, like, based on other countries. And then we got that collective coup. It's wild. It's like a coup on top of a coup on top of a coup.
I just think, like, in 2004, Russia, they attempted to assassinate Yushchenko. They used, Agent Orange or some shit like that. And he was scarred for life. Like, his skin was all screwed up, right? Russia has been trying to puppet Ukraine for a long time. And I think the U.S. countering that, because the world is a power vacuum, is not inherently a bad thing. And especially as an American, I'm kind of glad when you have a country that borders Ukraine, for Russia to claim they needed that buffer zone while trying to eliminate the buffer zone that Europe had. How does that work? Like, how does that check out? Like, if Russia would have succeeded...
Where is the evidence that Russia used Agent Orange? Yushchenko.
Have you seen his face?
No, I didn't ask that. I didn't say, did he get disfigured? I said, where's the evidence that Russia did it?
There's lots of evidence, B.
There's no publicly proven evidence whatsoever.
Into it. I will look it up if you want me to. Can you give me a second? Because I'm fucking hungry as fuck and I'm eating for a second. But I will go back and look, but there's tons of fucking evidence. And we know absolutely that he was installed. Like, that was not a fair and free election, and that's why it got overturned. That's why he was run out.
There is no proof that Yushchenko was poisoned by the Russians.
Declassified U.S. reports from 2004, the intelligence documents explicitly link Russian special services to the 2004 poisoning. I thought you read that stuff all the time. Now you don't believe it?
That doesn't exist. I don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't exist. Let me check into this because that doesn't exist.
Sure. While you're checking into that, can you make sure your friend comes back up here so that way we can talk about how he was wrong with regards to the Greece 2008 financial shit?
No, he couldn't get a word.
I don't know why we gloss over Nalvani.
You can't even have nuance on basic concepts.
No, you can't have a conversation with you because you keep talking over him, and that's why he left. He just messaged me and he said that's the reason he left is because everyone was
well, that's okay. I'm sorry. It's a panel of fucking a ton of people. If he needs
I
to
totally
leave,
get that, but they want him to come back. He won't. Like, he has strong boundaries. He was respectful the entire time. So
I'm sorry, he wasn't. He was interrupting everybody as well.
Gosh, B, I swear you are like really good at gaslighting. Like, you and that guy. Like, you guys do the same exact stuff, and then you criticize for people for doing it. We're all human. We all make mistakes. Stop acting like you're better than anyone else. It's exhausting. I'm serious.
I was trying to stop everybody from interrupting. You guys were all talking over each other.
That's what I'm saying. We're all human. We all make mistakes. No one's better than the other. Just, if you're doing it, just shut up and admit it and be quiet. Let other people talk. Stop acting like you're better.
By the way, when he left, I actually shut JD up. And then he wanted to bitch about JD talking over him right after I had shut JD up.
no, UNCS have been very fair. And I understand this is a panel of people who are very close to each other, and I'm a newcomer, and Rick is much more new. So I understand you guys get precedent in conversations.
Right.
But observing
now you're playing it like I treated him any different.
No, you didn't.
He was interrupting everybody as well.
Rick, I say this with love. Rick did not do that.
Yes, he did. This is recorded.
All right,
you can go watch it on. You can go.
Hold on.
Stop. No. Yes. No. You can go watch it on YouTube.
You and I can fight.
This is recorded. You can go watch it on YouTube. He was interrupting everybody as well.
Here's all I'm saying is that we are a tight-knit group. I think that there's a lot of people that have been on the panel and that they are talking a lot. But I make sure that everybody else gets a chance to talk equally. So I don't know, yeah, he was just interrupting. Like, I don't know where else to begin. Every time that you and I have talked, like, if I had interrupted you, I apologize the next day. If I had been out of pocket, I apologize the next day, or I apologize in real time. I don't know. It just doesn't seem congruent with the way that the events had unfolded.
Okay, I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree, which isn't a really big deal. But
No,
we
it's
can just
okay,
move
and
on
he's
because
welcome
it's
back
yeah.
anytime, and I will absolutely recalibrate the panel if, like, you know, he feels like
I can make a
he should listen.
compilation of him interrupted if you want. Just post it
It
on
won't be a very
TikTok
big
so you can see
complicated.
it.
It won't be a very big
No, it is.
compilation because
It
you
is.
haven't.
It
might
is.
be.
It is. There are at
Listen,
least 10 different times I could
yes,
make a
but
nice little compilation.
of those 5 different times, people
I
were
said 10.
interrupting him. Like for
I said
instance,
10.
civics
No,
completely
they were
interrupted
not.
him. Okay.
No, they were not. No,
We'll just
they were not.
disagree. We'll just disagree. It's not going to go
You're
anywhere.
just
But you can
wrong.
make the
You're just
okay.
wrong. God, you sound.
Okay.
It's so crazy how much you are MAGA-like. You say the same things they do. You use the
Why are
same
you
talking
insulting me
points
right
they
now?
do.
Mojo.
Because you sound just like a fucking MAGA person. Crazy.
All right, Mojo, take a breath, man. Take a breath.
So if I can go real quick, this is Bloomberg did a Freedom of Information Act request, and they obtained from the Director of National Intelligence a long classified memorandum shedding light on the targeted killings of Vladimir Putin's political adversaries following 8 years, and in it actually is where it covers Yushchenko being poisoned, and that's where I got this from. So
Yeah.
you saying that's not true, you're
It's
wrong.
not. I'm like on Google's immediate page. I'm not seeing anything about Russia doing it. I'm seeing it suspected. I'll give you that. I'm seeing it suspected, but I'm not seeing that Russia is definitively the one who did it.
Bloomberg declassified U.S. intelligence memorandum details Russia's suspected targeting of political adversaries abroad, and it breaks down. It actually speaks to it.
What is argument about? Can I ask, like, why?
You're saying Yushchenko was poisoned by Russia.
And how you can prove? Like, you looking for a proof?
Yeah.
I mean, you looking for a proof that it's Russia did? You really believe that you can find a proof that Russia will admit to this?
Yeah.
Why it's even like conversation here? Like, it's obvious. Yushchenko was poisoned when he was running for election and against pro-Russian candidate. You don't make any connections. And also when he was poisoned, I was there in a part of Ukraine. I was studying then back in Kharkov, and I live in a family of Russian-speaking people who were pro-Russians. And in this period, 2004, they said to me that they will vote for Yanukovych, pro-Russian candidate, because Yushchenko has ugly face by poisoning, and he has to represent us in international stage. So, as you see, it worked. Many people just didn't vote for him because his face was ugly. So you don't see any Russian connections here? That pro-Russian president, pro-Russian candidate won that time? Make it make sense. Why are you quiet?
Damn, Mimi.
Yeah, she doesn't have to respond if she doesn't.
No, I didn't know she was even talking to me. I completely spaced out. I had no idea she was talking to me.
So you were not listening?
I was not. I'm sorry.
That was cooking.
Oh, it's interesting. It's interesting.
You can
Why
say it
you
again.
didn't?
I'll listen now.
Why
I'll
I
listen
can?
now.
Okay, no problem. I can repeat. I don't have ego, so, and I hope you listen now. So,
I will.
Yushchenko was poisoned, and I'm Ukrainian, right? You know, and I was in a Kharkov region, pro-Russian, like not whole region pro-Russian. Right now they bombed hard. Like those people who were pro-Russian then back, right now they realized what was mistake, because half of the city it just not exist. They save Ukrainians with bombing. So those people who were pro-Russian candidate, they said we're gonna vote for a pro-Russian candidate because Yushchenko face by poisoning was ugly. It's not enough to represent them in international stage. Now make it make sense how you don't see any connections with Russia here, because that was a goal.
I don't see the connection because how could Russia know that people wouldn't vote for him based off of his ugly face?
Oh, really? So you really don't think that they know who the voters are? You really don't think that KGB agent, he doesn't know what he's doing?
I don't think about anything. I just kind of look at the data that's.
It makes sense then. Well, so no more questions anymore.
No, they tried to kill him with a cargo truck too. That tried to hit him and run him off the road and before. But the disfigurement was attempted assassination. It wasn't meant to just disfigure him. He wasn't supposed to survive, and he was the candidate who was West leaning, who was running against the preferred Russian candidate.
So he wasn't supposed to survive. So he wasn't supposed to survive. So they didn't know that his face was going to look so ugly that no one wanted to vote for him.
Fair. I agree. But I'm saying is that there would be no benefit. And they said that dioxin, whatever that comes from Agent Orange, is pretty controlled. It's found in the UK, the United States, and Russia as primary places of manufacture. So there's very few countries that could even actually do that. And Russia.
The US could do it. Blame Russia.
What? So we would try to unalive the pro-Western candidate running against a Russian candidate in Ukraine. Is your logic,
bro? We have.
Make it make sense.
And you know this because you are a part of the American State Department. We have both sides. I wish.
Wait.
Sorry. So you're saying that Americans?
Wait. I wanted her to respond to what Brad said.
Americans have funded both sides. Position before. We do it a lot in the Middle East, actually.
So that you're saying that Americans poisoned the Yushchenko?
No, I said it's possible because I don't know for sure. Here's the difference. You guys are saying you know, and I'm saying I don't. Which I've done that the entire time on this panel. I said I looked at what's available to me and the data that's available to me.
And you have a data to support that Americans did it?
I don't.
So if exactly, this is my point. When you say that you appeal with the data, so and now you're saying that you don't have data. So what is your argument here?
I don't have data saying the Russians did it either.
Yeah, she's saying she can't say one way or the other.
Yeah. But even
I mean, it could have been a random person who just hated this person who was fucking. I don't know, from China. Like, I mean, there's so many possibilities of what it could have been.
Do you believe that Putin is a dictator? And would
yes.
Okay. Do you believe that
100%.
he would? Do you believe that he would unalive his opponents?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I believe the U.S. would do that as well.
Oh God, there it is, both sides every fucking time.
Let me address.
But we're comparing superpowers.
Wait, hold on. When has the U.S. ever done that in their own country? When has the U.S. When has the government ever killed?
They unalived Malcolm X. They unalived Malcolm X.
Wait, hold on. That's not proven either. But God, that fucking speculation. Jesus Christ. When have they ever? When has anybody ever killed a political opponent in the U.S.?
Huey Newton, the leader of the Black Panthers. That is actual. I know that's a political movement. That was a political movement.
No. This is not somebody fucking changing price tags in Russia on fucking store shelves. This is somebody that was actually running for office against him. That's what I'm asking. When has that ever happened? The U.S. has not done this. Stop doing both sides bullshit.
Okay. Did the FBI? Or did they not unalive Huey P. Newton?
You're talking about Fred Hampton, first of all. You're talking about Fred Hampton.
Sorry. My brain is mush right now.
But what Mojo's saying is right. Listen, B, I agree with you. Yes, they 100% unalive Fred Hampton. But what Mojo is saying, and he's not discrediting Fred Hampton, he's saying like a political opponent, like a I don't know, RFK, JFK, right? But like it wasn't like Bill Clinton tried to unalive Bob Dole. right, in the 90s, or Al Gore or George Bush in 2000, right? Like, that's what he's saying, an actual political opponent.
I know, and I would argue actually that what the U.S. did was worse. We had real movements in this country. We had the
No,
Black Panthers coming up.
Please
let me
think we talk about
finish.
Nalvany. I don't think we talk about Nalvany enough. I think that's a big issue.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
But it's not even just Navalny. Yeah, Navalny. And it was also, I always forget his name, like one guy, he was in oil, head of the oil, he was in the jail. They took their like, it's how many oligarchs walk out of the window? How many generals walk out of the window? Every opposition.
We unalived Epstein, the man who was. I can't believe we're having this conversation.
I'm sorry,
right
that's
now,
speculation
guys.
too. I'm sorry. It's so amazing how you can say these things with such confidence and then not be sure that this person was killed by fucking Putin. That's fucking ridiculous, by the way.
Don't you have data?
No, I was being
don't get it.
sarcastic. I was using your own logic against you. That's what I was doing. I was using your own logic against you.
Mine? You're using my logic?
Everybody on the panel who said that
No, I'm sorry.
I have
It's
to
not
accept
everybody on the
that
panel.
Yushchenko
Nobody
was
said you had to
poisoned by
accept
Russia.
anything.
I think I can use your logic. So if you want to be sarcastic, so I think Epstein is still alive. Let's go that far.
Jesus, Mimi.
Hold on. If you play a sarcastic bitch here, yeah, let's play it.
Oh, no. Hold on.
I don't. No, don't. It's all good. It's all good.
No B words.
Worth addressing. No, don't even worth it. It's not
really
worth addressing.
on top of me. But please don't say bitch.
Can I?
I'm gonna get a violation for that.
Let me please say so. I find this interesting, and this is why B. I think that you're completely not arguing in good faith. Because you sit here and say you can't trust governments, but you have government data, and you take positions on things based on data that you say can't be confirmed. Then I'm bringing up a very compelling argument as to why Russia would poison a presidential candidate in Ukraine. And you're saying, well, I don't have 100% evidence. There's no possible way I could know. You take positions all the time without 100% evidence. But in this case, when you're backed into a corner, because you don't want to agree with it, you just say, well, I mean, there's no way we could possibly know. But you just took all these positions on other people that you claimed were assassinated. Do you have evidence of all those things? No, but you still took a position.
Yeah,
You're
I
not
was being
being
sarcastic. I was trying to use. Yeah, I wasn't. I was doing it on purpose, Brad. I was trying to let you see your own logic. But I'm sorry that failed on you.
You see how
I think it's very like. You can just be straightforward. That's how this panel works. Like, it's not going to be like we're going to try to trick you into feeling a certain way. But
I wasn't trying to trick anyone. I was trying to see people's logic, see how their response to Yukoshenko is a similar response to what people say about Fred Hampton and about Malcolm X. Right? Like, we don't know these things for sure. So we can't say them for sure. I'm using that same thing with Yukoshenko.
We have circumstances and we have things that have happened in Russia and in Ukraine, and why we would think or why we would believe that Yevashenko was absolutely installed. Maybe not installed. Installed is not the right word. But why he was questioned and why he was overthrown in that scenario, or why he wasn't legitimate.
Yeah, we also have hours and hours of CIA documents talking about how much a danger Fred Hampton is, how much a danger Martin Luther King is, how much a danger Malcolm X is.
You are not. Yes, we can go down that rabbit hole.
We understand. We understand that you hate the United States. That's fine. We're not talking about the United States. This is
I love the United States.
We just don't understand why you love Russia.
No, you don't.
I know. I want to add some data to support.
This is a very low IQ argument.
Didn't Russia? I agree. I agree that the both sides bullshit is fucking low IQ. I agree with that completely.
I want to say something. So didn't Russia deploy some of their military forces several times to Belarus to help with riots against Lukashenko?
Yes.
I don't we got to talk about the real key things that really just destroy her points, because what are you saying? It's obvious when another country intervenes.
Brad brought up Lukashenko.
Okay.
Brad brought up Lukashenko. I didn't.
Well,
What are you guys even talking about?
Yeah, you know why? Because you pronounce in. I was quiet, but I want to correct you so bad because you said Lukashenko,
Please do.
and I didn't understand who you mean. Yushchenko, Yanukovych,
Yushchenko.
or Lukashenko. So when you pronounce Lukashenko, people think it's Lukashenko. So when you talk about topic, you're supposed to, at least know pronunciation of those people who you're talking about, because it's Yushchenko. It's Yanukovych.
Yes, I can use a lesson
I'm fucking
on
raised in
Russian.
Catholic school, and I fucking know the difference. That's crazy.
And also, like, if we're talking about Russian influence, so in 2014, when we had revolution, those 100 people who were unalived by snipers sitting on a roof, there were OMON and all those people, like Ukrainians military refused to go against people. Also, Ukrainians special forces refused to go against people. And we have already a proven fact that we have OMON from Russia, special sources, because Yanukovych was a pro-Russian president. He was like Lukashenko, a Putin puppet. And we know right now who was a sniper, who were against those people on the revolution. And they killed 100 people, those Russian special forces, and they are back to Russia. And you don't have any connections. And I have a most important question, why you love Russia so much?
If that happened, that was wrong. It was wrong of Russia to do that.
What?
That was wrong of Russia to do that. What do you want me to add more to this? How many times do I have to say? I think that you guys are, first, let me take a different approach. I think you guys are sort of mistaking me for pro-Russia, when in really my critique is of America and Americans on this panel. That is my actual critique. My critique is of the Red Scare propaganda that proliferates through.
Country.
You are interrupting me right now.
Your critique is that you hate this country.
You're interrupting me right now. You're interrupting me right now. For a very low IQ argument, you're better than this. You're smarter than that.
I'm sorry. Everything you've been saying is fucking low IQ. It's about both sides bullshit. Russia is bad, sure, but the U.S. is worse. Oh my god! And all this fucking low IQ shit on this fucking panel.
Wrong?
Yes, it
am I
is
wrong?
fucking wrong.
Am I wrong in saying
yes, you are. Yes,
that
you
the
are wrong.
US
Yes, you are fucking wrong.
is worse than
And it's
Russia?
irrelevant to the conversation.
I just think I love that when you have nothing, because I'm Ukrainian and I'm very well known on this subject, you have nothing to add here. So right now you switch it off and say, no, let's
We've
talk
been talking
about
about it for 3
America.
hours. We've been talking about it for 3 hours.
Yeah, I was not here.
Meaning,
so there
do you
were
want
you
to start
so
the whole
brave to
conversation
talk
over?
about.
You want me to start? Let's start the whole conversation over.
Let's
Start it
go.
from fucking scratch.
Yeah,
I don't
let's
have time
go.
before I gotta go, but let's try again.
Yeah, it will be 5
I'm sure Mojo
minutes
will
and
love
you will
that.
be
He's been
over.
pissed about us talking about this
Yeah.
for the past 3 hours. But let's do it again. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, let's test it. How long you're gonna last? What is your subject?
Let's not.
He doesn't want to talk about this. I tried to move away from this subject an hour ago.
Yeah,
I really did.
So that's why you proposed, because Mojo is your escape, right?
No, because he said he did not want to talk about it, and it's his panel, and it's disrespectful for me to keep talking about it. Straight
Can we
up.
change subject? I mean, this is absurd already.
Thank you, Rosa.
I'm fine with change.
We're gonna agree with V on the vast majority of things. I don't know why we have to pick the few things that we fucking disagree on. It's so annoying.
I get it. It's
Wait, never mind.
It's not a big deal, dude. It's
not
people
annoying.
get passionate
I do it
about
to-
politics. I get it.
That's never mind. I forget I said any of that. I do it all the time just to fucking argue. So I'm just
Me
as
too.
bad, if not worse.
I'm just as bad as well. I get stuck in a corner as well.
I think it's a big win that in the end you said Russia was wrong. I think it's a big win.
I've been
that
saying it this whole entire time.
defend it
Mimi.
anymore.
You're late to the party. I've been
She
saying it
has.
this entire time.
She has said it the entire time.
And I'm sorry that you went through what you went through, but I think that you weren't here for the majority of the conversation, so you weren't able to hear that part.
I have a problem with you draw conclusions from government documents when you don't trust government documents.
Brad.
No,
Everyone on the panel
stop
asked to change the
interrupting me.
subject.
Stop interrupting me. I'm talking about your logic train. You sit here and you say that the U.S. has done all these things because you read it in the untrusted government documents. But when you bring up released government documents from the U.S. and I bring them up, you're like, well, we can't trust those. How do we know for sure?
Because that's legitimately all we have to go on. Like, what are you talking about? That's what we have to go on to base our ideas off of. Like, what?
So my point is that. Yeah. So my point is
right, but you might not trust this. You might not trust the source, the government.
But she does trust the government when it's bad about America. But she doesn't trust the government when it's bad about Russia. That was my point.
You want to do around 500? You want to do around 500, Brad?
I was about to say, didn't we just agree to move on?
Annoying, dude. Oops, sorry, I'm not.
Sorry that I was right.
That's hilarious.
She thought she was muted.
No, she didn't think she was muted. She did that shit on purpose, you guys.
No, I went to mute. I went to mute right after, and I didn't hit it because I got nails.
I love that you did it. It's okay.
I don't care. She didn't know about the Russian incursions, and like I feel like the stuff that.
Oh my God, Brad!
No. For you to formulate opinions, there's public information that you ignored. You said that our borders weren't being approached by Russia, and they weren't doing.
What are you doing, Brad?
Well, then pick another fucking topic because I'm terribly annoyed with anti-American fucking traitor. That's why.
Oh.
It's so wild.
I don't.
We
get.
can talk about the CIA if you want.
No, let's not fucking do that
and
shit either.
And come back to Ukraine again.
Yeah, the CIA doesn't exist.
We can talk about veganism. Mojo, do you want to have that conversation?
To me, that the CIA.
I left for 2 fucking seconds and everyone devolved. What the fuck happened?
Yes, it's on you. It's on you.
Hold on. One of my friends growing up from school, his mom was definitely in the CIA. Whenever they worked in the CIA, because I'm not far from Langley where I grew up, they would just say they worked for the State Department. That was their external, like, oh yeah, they work for the State Department.
How do you know which time they're lying?
Because after they retire, they can say that they worked for the CIA.
Oh, so after they retire, they just want to make their life sound a lot more. After they retire,
my mom worked for the State Department.
After they retire, they just want to make their life sound more interesting. What do you know?
Yeah, we can't trust any information from the government. CIA doesn't exist. Birds don't exist. Aliens are here, or maybe they're not. I don't know. Government now recognizes them, so we can't trust that.
Robot, it's more simple. We all Matrix.
I hate everything and everything is a lie.
It is. It's all a lie. Except the alcohol. That's not a lie.
It's not a lie.
Say this blue moon next to me is my best friend right now.
Oh, I fucking love blue. Do you have an orange in it?
I do not have orange, but that would.
Oh, all right. Well, then
Why did you do that to me? Why would you remind me I don't have an orange?
Blue moon, then, is it?
This is true. This is true. So
You're lucky I'm not drinking Modelo or something.
That. I also lost my lip liner today, which is fucking bullshit.
Definitely nobody cares about that.
Yeah, you want to know what, Mojo? I fucking care. And you should fucking care because I care.
So, where do I write my apology?
Rosa fucking cares. Rosa, I lost my best lip liner.
I haven't been able to find mine in 45 years.
You can only use NARS.
Okay, hold on.
Or
backup. I'm not gonna lie, I have a backup.
Or you could use Anastasia Beverly Hills is really good.
No, I use this one. Hold on.
What is that?
Any of y'all?
Is it Urban Decay? Urban Decay is really good too. Urban Decay.
Mojo, can we talk about Russia again, please?
Is that a buzzball?
I definitely want to talk about
That is a buzzball, dude.
That's the most white trash thing you've shown on your screen.
Right?
It's more.
I'm telling you, man, it is lighter fluid in a fucking bottle.
Yes. Right now, I want to start talking about Russia again. For Christ's fucking sake.
What is it called?
It's
Stop! I'm gonna start playing the Russian. What is it? National anthem. I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
The United States of America sucks ass. I hate this fucking country. Fuck
I'll
this
get over
country.
it tomorrow.
I have another subject before I come to panel. I was.
We should outlaw makeup. That's what we should.
You should outlaw.
You should outlaw beards and mustaches. Like, what are you talking about? It's the same concept.
And hats.
No, it's not the same
Hats.
concept. Fucking.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
try to shadow yourself here. Listen,
Okay, you can outlaw hats.
my
That's fine. We could
fucking
do that.
my fucking lineage could change your entire jawline. Your entire lineage's jawlines. So don't try to hide it with a beard. That's all we're saying.
My
We
jaw
don't-
is
we
just
don't
fine, and
hide
I
it.
don't want a fucking lineage because my lineage is fucking ends right here because it fucking sucked.
Alright, well. Anyway.
You can't outlaw makeup? What are you fucking talking about?
No, fuck you, Brad. Fuck you, Brad. Look at that jawline.
It's one
I
big
could- I
fucking
could
lie.
change
Makeup
your
is one big
entire
fucking lie.
Fucking generation.
You're not selling socialism to Rosa, Mojo. You're failing.
It's just
No, Brad's is pretty good though. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
Socialism
Sorry, Brad.
means
I didn't mean
free
to make
makeup.
it, but mine's.
I always
I sell
thought that
makeup as high-end makeup and skincare, dude. Like, you can't do that. Like, what are you talking about?
I can.
Oh
It's
my
a fucking
God.
lie. It's a fraud. You all should be thrown in jail for fucking fraud.
Why did that happen? Mojo, are you or your computer?
Yeah. Harassment and bullying.
Yeah, what did I fucking...
Bye.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh, her jaw when she was talking about her jaw.
Is that a Joe Biden puppet?
No, that thing is scary as fuck.
Say that again.
Is that Uncanny Valley on camera?
That's so scary.
This guy is kind of a freak, just so y'all know.
What up, homies?
You want to fight?
What up? What's up, guys?
Let's
How you guys
have a
doing
boxing
today?
match. Are you sober this time?
I'm 36.
Are you
36.
sober?
no, he's not.
I'm 36. That's what you need to know. That's all you need to know, bro. God. Because you like me to chill out with your version of 13-year-olds. I don't do that. I'm 36.
He's slurring. There's no way.
Mojo, I know who you are, bro. It's the same thing. Are you sober today? Like, you're fun, bro. Like, you think I do that every day? That's fun for you.
So far, I mean, I've known you for like.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where's CS? Your monitor that actually has a point in life besides you. Okay. Mojo, just chill in the corner where you deserve to be. In your
What
little
does
computer.
that even mean? What is that an insult?
You're nothing.
Mojo loves to
Wait,
put
that sounded like you.
The
That
first thing
sounded like you were licking your lips when you said Mojo.
I'm sorry, Mojo. Where's your face? One time I remember you were sitting in a corner with a whole other version of a platform.
What are you doing,
There's
CS? You
CS,
have
you're
another.
what?
I didn't fucking do it. I didn't do it.
Thank you, CS.
Mommy.
CS is the most dopest person. Oh, you cut off CS because you can't do
Oh,
your.
she had a violation. She's got to come back in 9 minutes.
Yeah.
No, she has a
Mojo,
second
I'm
account.
up.
What is
What's
wrong with
that?
you, CS? Come back on your second account. So I don't
Mojo.
have a whole lot of fucking viewers. Shut up.
Literally have a donkey
Shut up,
on your face.
Shut
dude.
up, you drunk ass. Jesus fucking Christ. Come back on your second account. I don't only had a few people in here. Just I don't want to lose anybody else. CS. And take your makeup off while you're at it. Outlaw that.
Wow.
You think it's her makeup?
I think it is. That's why she's got a violation.
Makeup, harassing, and bullying.
Yes, it is very harassing. It's fraudulent.
Someone had a bad
Fraud.
jawline and they just
While I'm
reported
gone,
her.
what shit was that talking about?
Alcohol.
We're talking about Russia.
On camera on this one. This is bullshit. This is fucking
Why?
full on bullshit.
And dude still
First strike
keep
Russia.
talking.
Why can't I go on camera on this account? I've been on this account so many times. How many followers do I have here?
Dude, at one point he will realize that he is muted, right? And somebody has to tell him.
I think that this is the first time that the actual person is prettier than their AI. Congratulations, you surprised me.
You know
I
me.
appreciate that.
Mojo mute me again. That's why CG came in now. He won't mute me. Because he only mutes me when she's gone. That's why I like CES.
Yeah, doctor, I will not let him. I'll be the fucking defense.
Thank you. And I'll cut and do what I'm doing.
Yeah, no. He's fine. He's just a grumpy dude, man. He's just a grumpy furry. so we got to get used to. But any political views
Why are you calling
are
the
welcome
guest
here, so we
furries?
can just go back to that.
Is that Dr. Lethal's guy still talking on mute?
I'm sorry that you're a tiger in pretend land, so can you stop with that? Well, I'm doing what I'm doing.
No.
No, because he decided to cut me off again. See that? I had CS. CS can cut me off. You can't cut me off. So I'll chill out. I'm not going to talk. I'm good to go. Let's go.
So you're here for a mojo? You're a fan club of the mojo, right? And nothing else?
I don't know,
Mojo,
but I seem to get more. I seem to get more men.
Cut me off.
Men.
We all know that the world is. If you cut me off, I'm going to stop talking. Cut me off. You're a little bitch.
Stop talking then. I'm good with you not talking. That's fine.
Wait, I want to ask a question.
CS,
Doctor.
why do I get more men following me than you?
Because you called me a drunk right as I came in. That's why.
You are drunk.
I jumped in. Look, the drunks here.
Sir, not you, sir. Mojo, sir. You don't get more men following you than me. There's just different quality of men that follow me than you. So we need to quantify that.
Yeah, I
But
bet.
anyway.
I bet he's taller than 5'4".
Excuse me. Just because I deserve a man who has a bigger shoe size than I do does not make me undateable.
What are you dating gnomes? What's going on here?
You hate elves.
Yeah, you following them in the woods?
Why do you hate little people, CS? What about short men?
This is bad. This looks bad for me.
You know what, CS? Don't always sleep on the little guys. Don't always sleep on the little guys. I'm telling you.
No.
Don't always
I went out with
don't always sleep on the little guys.
They're cuddle. You can cuddle with them easier.
Yeah, it might hurt them.
You can be the big spoon, CS.
Fuck, Brad, it's bad.
I had a great date tonight, and he was. His profile said that like he was a lot taller.
6'2", yeah, I know,
He was
bullshit.
Definitely eye
Fucking
level.
liar.
He was definitely eye level to me.
Yeah, right. Don't sleep on the
snap.
guys that are the same height as you, not the little guys. That's fucking weird.
Did
'Cause
you
they
wear
feel
makeup?
taller. But
Did you wear
don't,
makeup?
don't
No.
sit there and fucking sleep on the guys the same height as you.
No, but I'm telling you, he's rich. Which
What does
is
he
like,
do?
That's what they all say. They all say.
No.
What does he
Yeah,
drive?
yeah.
Is he from
Hold on,
Miami?
CS, what does he drive and what kind of
I
shoes
saw
does
his
he
boat.
wear?
I saw his pool. I saw his 4 houses. I'm good.
What kind of shoes was he wearing?
Did he show them to you on his phone?
I don't know. They were black with white bottom soles. I didn't check them out.
Okay,
Like with hardcore,
all right.
I didn't check them out. Like it wasn't a good time to check them out. Oh no.
Did he show you his properties on his phone by any chance? Or did he pull up Polaroids?
He did. Yes, I will
Yeah,
accept that. But
yeah,
I googled his name, and 2 of them showed up. So, and he Airbnbs 2 of them. So,
I have a question, CS. If he maybe misrepresented features about himself, such as his height, were you completely honest and wore no makeup to your date?
Oh, there you go.
oh, listen, love. I'll wear no makeup because I get my lashes done, I get my hair done, and so I'm prepared to show up with no makeup.
She's got her makeup tattooed on her face.
I do not whatsoever.
You got tattooed eyebrows?
Nice try. Hold on. If I could be on my fucking main account, I would show you guys right now. I'd take a fucking wipe to my entire face right now. I look no different.
That's tattoo eyebrow energy.
Next question, CS. Before you shoe size shame this guy, what do you have really large feet, perhaps?
No,
Maybe his feet are average, and you just have really big feet.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. If you think that a size 7 in women's is a big foot, that is a size 5 in men's, and this man might have been a 4.5. And I'm sorry, that is unacceptable.
Jesus,
Although
he
was on, we were on the beach, and he was fucking slanging. All right, I saw the gray sweatpants, and he was slanging. So it didn't translate. However, not the same guy, Mojo. Different guy.
sweatpants to the
Slanging what?
beach. That's a red
Hold on,
flag.
slanging what? You said he was in gray sweatpants?
You don't want to know.
At the beach?
Oh shit.
Slanging.
That's weird.
It was National Geographic slanging, but I
What?
was like,
That's
no,
degrading us down to size. I don't understand. I can't abide by this.
Wait, what nationality was he?
The short kings.
Shut up, boys.
Acceptable.
What nationality was he?
All right, there's
up,
two different
boys.
people we're talking about here.
Nationality, CS.
Two different people.
He was a white guy. Just through
Yeah, they're
average
both
white guy.
white. They're both guys were white.
Yeah, but where's the lineage from? Like, do you need me to break it down more?
Italy
Long
could be-
Island, apparently.
Italy, no, it could be it.
Patrick, by all means, seemed Ireland, and those are the small feet. This guy, who's
She hates
seems
leprechauns.
I don't know if he's slanging or not, but I intend to find out.
Yes.
This is
So
not
no
going
nationality
good.
on
Can
second guy?
Wait, this is not going good. Can we talk about something else like banning
Mojo's
makeup?
gonna drop me. He gets so mad at me.
CS, we'll talk later. It's okay.
Yes, Rosa.
Yeah, you guys do that. Keep that shit away from me.
I think
I'm
makeup is
telling
bad
you,
for the
he's
environment.
interesting, and he's also rich. Although, are you streaming this on YouTube? He may look back on it because he was like, "What do you mean you doing things
Yes,
online?"
and I am not. I am not making it private.
Oh, you fucker! God fucking damn it! That's one of his insecurities. Is that people want him for his money? Damn it! Fuck damn! Fuck
Well,
damn shit!
why would he have such?
Mojo, don't be
You want him
mean.
for his money?
And why would he blast his own shit if he doesn't like that?
No, I don't want him for his money at all.
Did you
I
just
admire
say
him.
blast his own shit? You're gonna
Why would he put
you're
his
gonna sleep you're gonna
his
sleep on the
personal
little
life
guy.
on blast, right? Why would he put his personal life on blast if he doesn't want people to know like he has money? What do you mean?
You're gonna sleep on the little guy that blasts his own shit? Are you serious?
Oh my god, you guys, this is so bad. If he ever saw this, I would never be spoken to again. You have to.
Mojo, make this private, idiot. Come on.
Well,
Yes, I always respond to being called an idiot. Absolutely.
Because that's so mean. Don't do
I
that to her.
support Mojo.
Fuck
I love
You
Mojo.
reserve your right to not make it private.
Probot, even if it means my happiness, health, and wealth.
Yeah, you only care about the last
Guys are haters,
Robot.
dude, if I've ever
Robot,
seen
he has a boat and an in-ground pool. Okay, I need a good summer. I deserve a good summer.
You're making the recording worse.
You are absolutely making it worse.
Yes, I think you kind of, from your attitude, you deserve an above ground pool.
Oh, shit's fake.
Where I'm at.
No, CS, you said something about the TikTok though. You said, like gave him your whole government. What happened?
This whole thing can't be real. It's gotta be Neon up top, and the other girl that Neon was with. It's gotta be fake as shit. It's like Neon doing the same thing to make money. Yeah,
Who's Neon? What are you talking about?
Who he's talking to? Like,
realize that Neon. You don't know who the fuck Neon is.
he talks to imaginary friend here.
There's host Neon, and then he's got the girl that does the whole thing. Neon's the one that goes around as the biggest nerdy shit in the world, but then still makes money off being the nerdiest shit in the world by having his hot girlfriend walk the fuck around. That's
That's weird. I don't know Neon.
I'm sorry, you don't know what that is?
I found the Neon you're looking for.
That would probably be our story. This man dangled from the restaurant bar stools that we were at, but that's okay. We all have our shortcomings.
See that shit? The slang back. Like, that's all.
I come back on my main.
Come on, girl. I got you, girl. But you know that.
Yeah.
You know Mojo's Neon, and you'll play that game. Have a nice day. I'll play a game.
CS, are you okay with the fact that he has to get a running start to get on the toilet seat?
Yeah.
As long as
Boy, if I was on, I've got a picture of CS having to take a running start getting on the
you do not. You're such a liar.
It's on my fucking PC though.
Little step ladder next to it. It's like, that's not, why does your squatty potty have steps?
Bigger than a step ladder, man. He's got a.
Did you just call it a squatty potty?
No, squatty potty. Why does her squatty potty have steps? That's what I was asking.
Oh,
but
Those gummy limbs.
His squatty potty is made out of stacks of hundos, so I don't know. No. This sounds so bad. I'm just fucking around, you guys. I really don't care. I have my own shit. So no, it doesn't really matter. But it's funny. But yeah.
I have a squatty potty on every toilet in my house because I'm a gentleman, and they're wood. I didn't buy the cheap plastic ones because I'm a gentleman once again.
Did you make it yourself?
No, they were procured. I like to support capitalism sometimes.
Can I just mention the comment, please? CS13 said I offer my womb in surrogacy to CS and Mojo to create their holy baby.
Well, I knew Mojo looking for a threesome.
I would never, for the record. For the record, Mojo would never.
Never say never.
That would be the
No,
Antichrist.
no.
just
We
so
know,
everybody knows.
never.
That would be
We
the
know
Antichrist.
Yep. And also, never.
Nedobra.
Mojo, then you have to reconsider your soul split on 3. It's just 2 then. Your soul. You said it's split on 3, so you have to reconsider from your roots.
I will
belief.
I will have you know that CS has a soul that's like split in 50.
That's me. Mojo, that's me. It's my 50. I'm honest about that. Be honest.
Mojo, multiple personalities.
Are you Voldemort?
Is not the same as
come
splitting
on.
a soul. Come on.
Brad, no. Bad Brad.
I'm just joking, you know.
I know that. I'm coming back on my main because I want to go on camera, but
Because you want to be on camera. Because you got to show off your eyelashes that you
are
paid
you
$1,000
fucking
for.
for real? Can a girl just fucking exist on camera without you having to analyze it?
She's got a recording to send out.
I wanted to say that I actually requested up earlier because I was coming up to give B Crashed the what for being mean to Brad. Nobody bees
Really?
mean to Brad. Yes.
Nobody bees me. Brad's the bee's knees.
Yes, he is.
Nobody bees mean to me.
Personally, I think he's the cat's pajamas.
I mean, I don't know. I just didn't get her. Why was she was being a bitch. I'm like, what the hell? I don't know. I wasn't here for the whole conversation because I was watching Cape Fear on Apple TV. It is so good.
Classic.
Yes. It's a new one. Martin Scorsese and the other guy. The one that did the Alien movies. Not the Alien. Shit.
Spielberg?
Lucas? Thank you. Spielberg and Scorsese did this new, it's a series called Cape Fear. And the first 2 episodes. What?
That's amazing. I gotta check this shit out.
It's on Apple TV. The first 2 episodes were awesome. They were so good. So.
That's wild. Like 2, like.
This is like a third iteration of it. There was one done back in the, 60s? And then Robert De Niro did one in the, 80s? So this is a new one.
I think it's been more than 10 minutes, yes. So whatever it is, it's sticking. So just come back up.
Civics, I liked your fiery popcorn you had up there. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, it's just a gummy bear.
Yeah. That's cute.
What kind of spice is in the popcorn? Is it like cayenne? Is it curry? Like, what's going on? What's the blend?
It had a hot pepper on fire. Here, I'll show you.
All right. I don't. Speaking of film and television, I saw the Backrooms movie, and I don't know if anybody else is like I don't know, like aware of the lore around like backrooms, like the phenomena or whatever. It's an A24 movie, but I was really impressed.
What is it about?
That's a very difficult question to answer.
Was it in the theaters or on streaming?
It's in the theaters. It's a real mind bender, and it's a real like it's a very art, like A24. Obviously, it's an art house production.
Oh, for sure.
It's set in like the super early '90s, and like just the style and the direction of photography and all of the things. It was really, really good. Like you never at any point felt anything less than like a base level of dread.
Okay, those mind benders, I'm not comfortable watching them.
It's definitely meant to make you uncomfortable, and that's if you know yourself and you're like, nah, that's not my shit. Then just don't do that, because it will take you.
Right. I'm not into reality. Give me fantasy,
It's definitely not reality. It's definitely like
just stay CS. Don't worry about it. Don't matter now. We only have 66 people.
Oh, 66. We can hear you talking, don't you?
Ooh, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's his panel. We can hear him talking.
Yeah, she's spinning right now, so I don't even know if she can hear me. But I was just trying to tell her that she doesn't have to leave. I think she dropped before because she's still getting a violation.
She's a back.
I keep getting violations.
She's a back.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't worry about it.
She got another one?
No, it's the same.
Is it for the eyelashes?
Why is she? Why are you fucking leaving? God, fucking drunk people. I am so sick and tired of drunk people.
She isn't even that drunk. She might be tipsy, but she's not drunk. She doesn't have her blue sweater on.
Is that a tell sign? Is that a tell when the blue sweater comes out?
Yep.
I don't know if he was drunk, but he was on something. Easy.
Where'd Brad go?
I don't know. Everybody's leaving.
Yeah.
CS won't stay up on the panel, so I might as well. You guys talk about something real quick, and I'll just end it, I guess.
Yeah, I have.
First strike Russia.
No, I have about America. Before I joined the panel, it was long day, and we have a Russian-speaking group chat about ICE raids, and today was disaster in Florida, in Miami. So yeah.
What happened in Miami?
Police everywhere in Russian-speaking area were immigrants, and ICE everywhere, and they do raids like in Dania Beach area. So a bunch of cars and people just posting, and one woman said
there's been warnings going out about this going to be happening.
Yeah, and today was it's like 200 messages people just posting, and one lady said she was driving, they stopped her, and because she obviously she looked like Slavic, like immigrant, and they just put the handcuffs, and she's screaming that I have a passport. It's like, no, you cannot. And then she had it in a bag, so they saw it and they let her go. But so many stories in the chat.
They're telling American citizens to carry their passports and ID with proof of ID with them at all times, because it's going to be happening all over.
Yeah,
you won't know when, and it's fucked up.
It does not matter, Ukrainians, so many people on United for You program or TPS, they just, it's all human trafficking. They just kidnap you, put in a detention, and and family cannot find because they move you between detentions. So it's $10,000 of dollars cost you lawyer, bond, and 6 months. Most of the time, it's 6+ months. People sit there in horrible conditions, and also like so many stories like around. So like people know people. We like speak to each other, and I know my friend, and my friend. So one guy, they catch him. He has the documents. They put them in detention. He spent several months there. They released him on a bond. He pay lawyer, and how it works, they put electronic bracelet on your knee, and you have no right to leave home, so you cannot work. You just stay home. You have to report, I don't know, once a week or how many it is. And scrolling this, it's just like disaster. And talking to Americans during the day, it's happened to me yesterday. The guy start talking to me, and then I realized he support Trump. It's like, why are you talking to me? Like, obviously I'm not American, and you don't want us here. It's like, no, they go just after criminals, and it's like, fuck you,
right.
Fuck you. And I started like in my community, like I have so many broken lives. Like every day we see people posting what happened to their friends, and they're like, and people warning each other. And he said, no. Argument was like, Melania from Slovenia, if it's really happening, you really think she would allowed him to do so? Like, okay, no more comments.
Right.
All right, pause. CS, before I bring you up, just stay up here. Doesn't matter even if it comes up with a violation.
Yeah, there's a report about like some one guy.
Much longer. I don't understand why it's like saying.
I don't know either. It's stuck. Don't worry about it. Just.
What'd you say, Striker?
Oh no, there's already a report of one guy in Miami who was basically detained multiple times despite having documentation and being born here. He was from I know he's Latino, but yeah, it's despite papers, he's still getting detained multiple times.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, and when are we gonna, like, if things turn around and the other party, the opposing party, gains control of one or more branches of government, are we actually going to see fucking accountability for all of these violations of the Constitution, violations of people's rights? Are we I think it's on us to really hold our representatives and our senators accountable for like really following through, because like we need to have like the Nuremberg 2.0 kind of shit,
right?
For all these motherfuckers.
But I don't know. We always want to go things the legal route that takes so long. They do whatever they want. They could care less if it's legal or not. They just do it, and we try to do things the right way. And it's going to be tough.
I think we just don't appoint Merrick Garland, and we find somebody who's a little bit more of a bulldog and can move things through more quickly and a little bit more aggressively. Because I think even Republicans who are like opposed to all of the blatant corruption and the blatant like favoritism towards like some of the worst of their kind, like they want to see like accountability. Like they don't. There's a lot of Republicans that are like, yeah, I'm not cool with like Jan 6ers getting fucking a blank fucking check for
being pardoned,
treason,
and not having to pay back their fines against people that they've hurt. And there's been others that he's pardoned. Chrisley's.
Yeah, there's too many examples to bring up it would probably overload. And but like I feel like we should at least prioritize like the individuals within the cabinet and the individuals within the House and the Senate who are like the most blatant kind of sycophants and the most like egregious and corrupt. Because if we don't, then it's just going to continue to get more and more corrupt. Because in this, in both terms of Trump's presidencies, like we've only seen these folks just brazenly out in the open, middle of the day, like they're just like, come at me, fucking. I've got enough money. Trump will pardon me. Like, what are you gonna do? It can't be that way. Otherwise, we might as well just like tear the whole fucking system down and start with something new. And like that's gonna be a goddamn mess.
No, because we have to try to maintain some strength in the world view because, it's being destroyed single-handedly, basically, by, the orange turd in the White House. So,
I mean, the only thing that's being destroyed, on a daily basis is his adult diapers. Like, he doesn't know what the fuck's going on from minute to minute.
Oh no!
I mean, it's his cabinet. It's his cabinet. It's his cabinet. It's the people that he brought in that were going to be.
Is there a reason you had to say it's his cabinet 4 times?
Because if I only say it 3 times, then Stephen Miller, he doesn't fully form from his scrotum-like appearance. His eyeballs will only appear if I say it cabinet 4 times.
Mean to what?
Scrotum.
Just ascertaining to what Andrew is saying here, because I do heavily agree upon this, is that the MAGA people, or the people who support Trump, feel more vicarious. That by listening to Trump saying that their lives are getting better, that somehow they actually believe their lives are getting better.
And Matthew Williams 870, we're going to drain our swamp as well. Don't you worry.
Guys, I'm gonna go sleep. Everybody have a good night.
I'm also gonna go to bed.
Good night, Mimi.
Everybody's going.
Good night, Cynics.
Oh no, I'm gonna stay here with you, Mojo. You and me.
CS is running everybody off. Wait, shit sleeps too. What the fuck?
No.
Mojo, did you see there's a new Star Wars game coming out and it's XCOM style?
I've never played a Star Wars game.
Not a single one? Not even Old Republic?
I enjoyed Old Republic very much. What's the most recent Star Wars game that you've played, JD? Did you do the
Fallen Order franchise? And yes.
Yo, how good was that shit?
It's very good. I think my only complaint about the game is the mere matter of the fact that they're trying to optimize so much. So sometimes the game can inadvertently crash or bug out.
Okay. I feel like the storytelling in that game was stronger than most.
Are these open world games?
No, Fallen Order is like Dark Souls, basically.
I feel like it's a pretty linear path. If I'm guessing,
I don't play linear path.
Well, I mean, you could make an argument that the second of the 2 games is a little adjacent to open world. I don't know. It's like if you think about like the older Assassin's Creed games compared to the new ones, that's kind of what the second Fallen Order game is, where it's practically open level, I guess you can say.
That's cool. Have they ever made like a fully open world Star Wars game?
If you want to consider any of the old RPGs, sure.
Oh, okay. Has anyone seen the Mandalorian movie yet? I
heard I heard there were a lot of complaints over that movie, particularly because the son of Jabba is in it and he's not speaking the language Huttese.
Oh, is he speaking more like the galactic English? Kind of standard?
You guys, this is fucking, you seriously just like ran everybody off.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't want to talk about anything. I'm going to shut down.
Sorry, Mojo. Thanks for having us up.
It's not your fault.
CS didn't even show me her shoe size. I'm bitching now.
Oh no. Have a good night, Mojo. Thanks for having us, bro.